All my jewelry's in my room.
Here we go.
There
Here we go. Safe zone for the jewels, right?
Yeah,
you go.
you
I
can
just tucked
untuck
mine
your chains. Tuck them in, one out.
Dude, you know what's crazy?
There you
Oh,
go.
you know what? Hold on. I do
Let's
have
go.
jewels. Look at that, dude.
Oh my gosh, what's
We're gonna
How
put
about
everybody
this?
in the
on.
jewels?
Black medallions, no gold.
Oh, no gold.
Ooh.
Daylight medallion?
Gold Daylight
Yo,
medallion.
That's fire.
Heat. What's that, Travis? 50 Cent? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
We gotta talk.
Is that
we gotta
50
talk.
Cent?
We gotta talk about 50 Cent.
There we go. All right, we're gonna talk about 52.
We will
All
definitely.
right,
There
let's
we go. I got my jewels on. Here
bring
we
us
go.
in, man.
This is just
All
for
right,
Cutso.
man. All right, man. This is the 5on5 podcast, man. Presented to you by directmusicservice.com, man. Use promo code 5on5, FIVEON, to save some money, man. We got a great show for you, man. Our
Yo.
special guest today, what? Yo.
Hey, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, and ding the bell every time we drop a YouTube. I have to get that out of the way real quick.
Anytime you do it slightly different, it confuses all of us.
Totally thrown off.
We're
What
like,
can we be talking about?
Well, because I'm trying to fit in right before Colin gets to the intro.
I know, but he changed it up by adding all the mans,
Yeah.
mocking me.
Mocking me. No, we got a great show today. This is a rare opportunity where we have a two-time guest.
Two-time.
You know this person is talented. You know this person is family when we bring him back on the show. Not many people have been back on the show. We're just going to get straight into it. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, for Cutso.
Are we looking and sounding good? Am I coming in right?
Look,
Sound great.
Beautiful.
I didn't know
sound
y'all were just
amazing.
gonna jump into it. I thought you guys were like sound checking.
Oh,
We're right
no,
in.
no. This is the sound check right here.
If you
It
want to
sounds
sing
great.
a song, to sound check real quick, we'll let you know how it sounds.
Okay. What's a good song? Hi.
I love it.
Oh, is that Enya?
That's Enigma.
Return to Innocence.
Enigma. Isn't that from the Jonathan Taylor Thomas movie?
Man of the house.
Yes.
Man of the house.
Wow.
Yes.
He's getting married. Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, they use that in Man of the House.
Yeah. The husband is Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase.
The mom is Susan Sarandon.
I want to say
Or not
it was.
Susan Sarandon, Susan Summers.
Yes, Susan Summers. Yes.
Yeah.
Suzanne
Out of
Summers.
here. Oh my God. I had no
And-
idea.
Yeah, and they use that. They pan down from the sky. I think it was shot in the Bay, actually.
It was shot in the Bay.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It
man, I need to
was.
brush up
Because
on
they
my
were
Bay
running
shit,
through those
man.
redwood forest trees and stuff.
Yeah.
The Golden Gate, that did the obligatory Golden Gate Park
Yes,
shot.
yes.
Yeah.
That
Got it,
is
got it.
fantastic.
And I think this was the same time that they were filming like Step by Step, right? So
I
like
think
Susan
so.
Sarandon was still in the Bay.
Susan Summers.
Susan Summers.
Yeah.
Suzanne Summers.
One of those.
What?
Damn,
It was the blonde one.
Shazam.
So Jonathan Taylor Thomas, is it safe to say that he was JTT the bigger figure?
Ooh.
I think we can wrap up the show right
Yeah,
there,
we
ladies and
got 'em.
gentlemen.
It's game recognized game in the
That's
Bay.
kind of a bar.
Like a minute and a half episode for the day. Thank you guys so much.
Oh,
This
hold
is a
on.
two-time
I didn't
Cutso.
even
We
do
out.
it properly though. Hold
Oh,
up.
yeah. Click.
Boom.
Yeah,
There you go,
yeah.
Gray. We're like
Yeah.
10 minutes in, but you'll get it. You'll run it back.
Timestamp it. No, that I remember. All right, we're just gonna get into it. What's the first movie you guys remember seeing in the theaters?
Oh man.
King Kong
Jurassic
lives.
Park.
King Kong, Jurassic
Um,
Park.
Star Wars at
Star Wars?
Illinois State University movie theater.
Mm.
So it was like
Nice.
75.
Did you guys all see Lion King in the theater? That
I
was a big
did.
deal.
Yes.
I saw Lion
Yes.
King in theater with the family.
I
That was
don't
a
know if I
family
saw Lion
outing.
King in the theater. I think we waited till it came out on tape,
Mm.
but I
Oh.
definitely saw Jurassic Park in the theater.
Us, it was a family outing for Lion King because of Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
We were at the Fiesta Casino. R.I.P.
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 What about this one? What was the first pair of naked boobies you've seen in the movie theater?
Ooh,
In the movie theater?
in the movie theater.
Uh,
American Pie?
I don't think it was at home.
Maybe
I saw.
in the movie
uh,
theater, Neek.
No, in the movie theater.
I don't know.
In the movie
Oh,
theater.
movie theater boobs
Movie
was
theater.
definitely Titanic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Titanic.
Yeah. That was what, 98, 97?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Mine was White Men Can't Jump.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Was that
Hell yeah.
Rosie? Is
That's
that
a good
Rosie?
pair.
Rosie.
Damn, that's right at the
Rosie,
beginning of the movie too,
man.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a
Damn.
good formative,
Yeah.
Didn't see
formative
that.
moment for your life right there because
Just
of Rosie
leave right
Perez.
after.
I
You
mean,
could have left right after and been totally fine.
For real.
Yeah, the rest of the movie doesn't make sense anyways.
No.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's that, and now we know what foods start with the letter Q.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
I was wondering why
Um,
everyone went to go see Lion King in the theater, though. This thing grossed $763 million.
Are you talking about the original Lion King right now?
OG?
OG, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Oh, yeah.
Beyonce
I'll
one.
tell you exactly why, but keep going.
Well, what's the number one grossing all time in theaters?
Right.
It
Of
was.
all time.
Titanic.
Was it anything?
Gone with the Wind.
It's a Marvel movie.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, Jurassic
Okay.
Park.
Yeah.
It
96.
wasn't Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 rules.
It wasn't Last Action Hero.
I was gonna say, what was it? Striptease? Is that the name of the movie? No, Showgirls.
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 Was that in the
Scorsese.
theaters?
Showgirls.
That was
in theaters.
that. I don't know if it was in the theaters. I saw that on home. That was on TV almost every
Showgirls.
day.
Showgirls was in theaters. Wait a minute. Was it NC-17 at the time?
It was.
When it came out?
It was.
Yeah.
It had to be.
Because there's boobs in that
was,
movie.
PG-13 now.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Jesse Spano, man.
Yeah, definitely PG-13 now.
See, it was on HBO every day. It was like and in the motels we all got free HBO.
Free color TV, free HBO.
Yeah. Formative
remember-
year.
Nick's formative years of striptease.
What was the first
Mhm.
movie that scared you guys? How about that?
Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street, man.
Yeah,
My cousin made me see that when I was real young. I want to say like 5.
Yo,
Yeah.
when the top of the convertible comes up at the end,
Everything
Yeah.
about it, bro.
It was
I
either-
couldn't go to sleep.
yeah, you think there's something just coming over you.
Not
That was
even.
definitely the
like
first
in your
movie that made
nightmares.
me scared too. But
Yeah.
I tried to watch it again recently. I was like, damn, man, this shit still holds.
Right.
I'm still
scary.
scared.
The original, it definitely does.
Yeah, 'cause it's not
Johnny Depp had a
campy
good
like the rest,
performance
like-
in it too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like the like as they went on with parts, it got more and more campy and funny.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But part 1 was like consistently
Part
scary.
1 was fire.
Yeah.
Mine was
Freddy
either
Returns. The second one was trash.
trash.
Dream
Mine
Warriors was fire.
Puppet
though.
Master.
Dream Warrior is my
Puppet
favorite.
Master.
Yeah.
Puppet Master or Killer Clowns.
Killer Clowns.
Killer
One
Clowns
of
fucked
those.
me up when I was
One
a
of those
kid.
were the first, but those both scared the shit out of me.
They used to show Killer Clowns on HBO every day too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's probably why I saw it so many times. Also,
Probably is.
Yeah.
What was? Oh man, I'm trying to think. I think Poltergeist for me.
Poltergeist was a movie that
definitely.
I grew up on. It didn't scare me. I just grew up on it.
I hated Poltergeist. It was so boring. I couldn't watch it as a kid.
Oh, Steven Spielberg. Steven
As a kid, I
Spielberg.
couldn't
Oh my
get into
God.
it. It was too adult. Like there's too much dialogue. I was like, this is boring as shit. I
Oh,
can't.
I
watch
loved it.
I
I
feel
loved
that. I
it.
feel that.
I was
that
like,
movie-
this is.
Yeah, that movie made me scared of the TV for a while.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even get that far.
Yeah.
I'd be so bored. I'd be like, you turn it on, and I'm like either asleep or I've left to go play with toys. I was
That
too young.
movie is so good.
You were scared. 'cause
I can
your
watch
whole
it now.
world
I think
did.
it's good, but as a kid, I was just like, I can't even try to. Like Puppet Master, Killer Clowns, they kind of
It's
get right
campy,
into it,
Super campy.
and it's campy, but like it's also
Super.
really scary for a kid because I was like, oh, sick
Yeah.
clowns. Oh, those
Yeah.
are scary ass clowns.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why Poltergeist scared the shit out of people. Because it was
Yeah.
a TV. It sucked you in from a TV, bro.
Yeah, something that you.
I
have
just,
at home
as a kid,
already.
I wasn't mature enough to even care.
I think it's scarier
Feel
now,
that.
knowing that all those people died on set and all that weird.
Oh,
shit
for
happened.
sure.
That's not normal. That's
Oh, was there
sure.
like bad juju on the set? I didn't know.
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
the girl.
yeah.
The girl, she okay, so first it was the
Old
sister,
man.
the older sister, she died after filming the
No
movie.
way.
Mhm.
They filmed that scene in the pool with real skeletons.
What the fuck?
The main
Sick.
the girl that played Carolyn, she ended up getting really sick and having a blockage in her intestines, and you could see in the third movie her face is super puffy, like she was like really sick, and she ended up having like septic what's it called, septic
shock.
yeah, ended up
Sepsis?
going in septic shock
Sepsis.
because of her intestines. She had a blockage.
Yeah, damn.
And yeah, she ended up dying during shooting the third movie. So I think like it was something like one of the scenes, it was like they used an extra, and you can totally tell that it was an extra that they used for it. Yeah, it was crazy.
It's gonna be a rewatch for sure. That I gotta go back
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna have to go back to that one. Now that I know all that, that's crazy.
Yeah, and like the short lady, she was like really a medium, and she ended up dying after the second movie, I believe.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did everybody die? The fuck?
Almost. No, Craig T. Nelson's still alive. Coach.
Oh, yeah. Coach is still alive.
Coach.
Yeah,
Coach,
yeah,
still kicking it.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg's still kicking it somehow.
Yep.
Dude, there was some. Yeah, the house sits atop a Native American burial ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Dude, yeah, this shit. 4 cast members died during and soon after the filming of the series.
That is so
Yeah.
wild. I never knew that. That's fucking
That shit
crazy.
was for real haunted.
No, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
I like that we're getting into the spooky stuff early.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Halloween. right around the corner.
Neat can only do this when the lights out.
Oh yeah. Broad ass daylight.
Daylight.
No,
It's
we
kind
have
of
so
dark
much-
though. It's gloomy out, so it feels
It is.
appropriate.
Oh, okay, fair.
It's a little.
I'm scared.
Yeah. You can be scared in the daylight.
It's
That's
scared as
scary.
hell.
That's
Yeah,
some scary shit, dude.
yeah.
I'm kind of scared knowing that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That shit's. I don't know. That movie's fucked, man.
Love that movie. man.
We'll
good
get
movie.
into more Halloween stuff later.
Such
We have a
good
lot to talk about today. So much has been happening on Twitter, in DJ Twitter. It's a fucking mess. Over
It's
there.
so funny.
You
It's
need
so
to catch me
stupid.
up on DJ Twitter because I've been too deep
You're in
into
college
this
football Twitter.
It's been
Okay,
crazy.
yeah.
Would it
Well,
be considered
so-
DJ X now?
On
Yes.
DJ,
we
there's a lot going on
refuse.
DJ. Yeah.
I
DJ
personally
X. Yeah, catch me up.
There's a
just
lot
calling
going
it
on.
a letter doesn't feel on DJ X. That's
Yeah.
it's
There's a lot
it's
going on
confusing. It
X.
should have been that from the beginning. I don't like the whole rebrand. It's
Right.
Twitter.
Right.
I haven't been keeping up with DJ with X, but I've been keeping up with Triple X. If you know what I'm saying.
You
Oh,
know what
there
I'm
it is.
saying?
There it is. Vin Diesel, correct?
The old 5-knuckle shuffle.
I was talking about Vin Diesel.
Oh,
A
So
sequel
was
coming
me.
out.
yeah,
So was
same.
me.
Vin Diesel and Ice Cube.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Over on Twitter, first of all, I want to get into what do you guys think was the song of the summer? As we are winding down, as temperatures are getting cooler, is there safe to say there was a song of the summer?
No.
Peso Pluma.
Peso
Ooh,
Pluma?
Yeah.
Over here in San Jose, it was.
Okay, mandatory.
it was playing every
biggest
night,
Pepas.
everywhere
Yeah.
down here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw him on the
Crap.
VMAs performing it the other day. It's really good.
Oh shit.
I mean, shoot, out here in Portland, Taliban, Peggy, and
That's what I was gonna say, Peggy. I think Nana is
Yeah,
huge, massive.
and Rich Flex.
Again.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I think the Nana song might have been the song of the summer. I only think it doesn't get mentioned in these discussions because we're all open format DJs,
Mhm.
Right.
so not all of us play it.
I do.
But I
I'm
know,
playing, I'm
but I
playing.
mean, like not
Yeah.
everyone. I think like the go-to is always to name a hip hop or an R&B song.
Mm,
Right.
But
mhm.
like, this is one of those house songs that you can play in a hip hop room
yeah,
and everybody's
Yes.
gonna know it and sing it.
yeah.
And it's like what was that one, the Latin one, Pepas?
Yeah.
Peppers.
Peppers.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
think the Nana song is just as big.
Yeah,
Would we say ski yee?
it's getting there.
That
I don't
was
know
a
if
late-
it's-
I say it's the song of the end of the summer
Bubbling?
for sure.
Bubbling?
Yes,
Yeah.
Cuddy.
I feel like more Pound Town than Ski Yee. But
I
also
feel like
Bay-
Ski's just late.
Yeah. Bay Area.
Yeah,
is
that's
also
why I
very
said
late on things.
late summer.
I just feel like because it's the most recent, it's easy to be like, oh, song of the summer, because right now it's huge.
It's
Right.
fall.
Like
Yeah.
we're in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So I've been
I would
getting a
say-
lot of requests for Ski.
Yeah.
A lot.
I think any of those songs that are just like that one's easy. It's like a call to action type song. Like you say it, it's got a phrase, everybody wants to
Yeah.
yell
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same
Any
with Pound
pop
Town.
songs? Any
Yeah.
pop songs at all?
Any pop songs? I
don't
mean,
play a ton of
Peggy.
new pop in my sets these days.
Peggy, I think that counts, I guess, but like
It's pop.
pop-y. It's a house song, but it's pop-y.
Yeah.
But pop music is basically house music now.
At this point, yeah.
It's all
Right.
tropical or like
Like,
disco house.
Zayn's new
Yeah.
song has been getting a lot of
Zayn
play.
as in Hey Mr. DJ Zayn?
No, Zayn as in One
Oh,
Direction.
that's John A.
One Direction.
I was like, what? Yeah,
Zayn's
Zane.
What? I didn't get the memo.
I mean, I don't know. Babyface dropped a new one this year. They can too.
Yo,
Well,
It's true.
we
Straight up.
need to we
Straight
need to
up.
talk about Bongos, which is the new
Fire.
Cardi
I like
B
it.
and Meg Thee Stallion.
I
Love it.
like it.
I've
You're
only
right.
listened to the
Yeah.
clips. I
You're
haven't
right.
listened to the song entirely, but it seems I should download it because it's a good one.
Well,
I'm gonna download that today, actually.
Colin, you're absolutely right with your take on it. Or whose first take was it?
What?
Didn't you? Somebody said something about how stripped down it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then Colin, you
That was Colin.
replied, right? Or were you saying
Somebody
how stripped down
said-
it was?
Somebody said it didn't seem finished.
Right,
And then Colin's take
yeah.
was the conspiracy theory.
and I agree to
Which
that.
Turned out to not be, which is wild because
What do
the
you
next
mean?
day they dropped a whole pack of all of the edits, the sped up, to slow down. It all
Oh.
kind of went. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory because they just did the fucking thing the next day.
Yeah,
So
but
there's no acapella, which is interesting. I
'Cause
think
it's so
they know
stripped
that
down.
we have Stemverter and
it's already
Serato, so-
stemmed out.
I was gonna say who needs it now that we
Yeah.
have stems, right?
Yeah, you know. But I feel like nowadays, and this may hold true, you can't release a song without a speed up and a slow down version for TikTok.
Yeah, right now. Yeah,
You
Yeah, like
have
the
to have
sped
that.
up, Yeah.
yeah.
I always figured people made those on their own. Like, do
I thought so,
labels
too.
actually do that?
But now
I
labels
think,
are getting
um,
onto it.
The
And
labels
actually
want
release
those
it.
streams. They want those
Yes.
streams.
Mhm.
I don't know if people were I'm not like really TikTok savvy like that.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can manually speed up a song on there or there's like a filter that just does it or what.
They just upload it.
No,
Or they
they
just
just
because you
upload
can
it, yeah.
upload
And that's what
you
they
can
were
upload
doing.
songs. So I think people upload them like that.
Yeah, and that's what they
So
were
there was-
doing. And
there
then
was
the
a label
labels
meeting.
caught on.
And then people
they
can
were like,
repost
yeah.
that audio clip.
Right, and then labels
Yeah.
caught on.
So like once you post, labels just caught on. They want
Yeah.
it on Spotify because people want to listen to it that way now.
Well, it's only for socials. They did it so they could get that money in
Yeah.
every direction possible.
Right.
Because having a record label isn't as cool as it was in the '90s. You know, like they're like
Or is necessary.
kind of- yeah. It's definitely not necessary. They're like kind of scraping for scraps over here at this point. Like, okay, cool, we can make a couple bucks off of a speed up version because it's going to get syncs in, I don't know, maybe a commercial, most likely just in a TikTok and blah blah blah, or an Instagram. But it's a mandatory thing now.
Yeah,
There's a Johnny Cash
Interesting.
Ring of Fire sped up version
Mhm,
that
mhm.
Sun Records put out, and it's like, all right,
That's
Crazy.
wild.
I didn't know that labels were actually doing that for the sake of social media. I thought it almost brings it back to the time of when labels were doing chopped and screwed versions.
no, this is exactly what it is.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
it's for social media as much as it's in response to social media.
I think in
Interesting
Like-
because that's how people want to listen to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Because
so
like a
that's
lot of
exactly-
times
Yes.
that's the first time you've heard it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Like you get on
yeah,
social media, you
absolutely,
see
yeah.
somebody do it, and you hear this Mickey Mouse chipmunk version of a song,
Mhm.
and then you get it, and you're like,
What's wrong with this song?
I mean, how do I listen to it the way I heard it?
they
So
get
in
it.
that-
and
They're not
They
DJs,
think the
so it's-
original version is the screwed and chopped version.
Yeah. Or the
It's
chipmunk
okay.
version.
So with that being said, does Moke and Steph, He's Mine, is that selling again? A sped up version of that? Because that is, like,
Probably. Let's see.
It kind of
glad-
reminds me
I'm
of
glad we can live in a world where Moke and Steph can have a second lease on their career.
Man, for real.
it kind of reminds me of like in like the b-boy world. Like when I was younger, a lot of songs are sped up.
Yeah.
And so you'd find the name of the song, finally a DJ or somebody would tell you. And then you find the original, it's like half speed.
Yeah.
And you
yeah,
find
yeah.
out that
Nice.
it's
Yeah,
that it was on 45 or something. And you're like, how the fuck am
Right.
I supposed to
yeah.
listen to it this way?
like UFO by ESG.
UFO, or Lusty Lady.
Yep.
Lusty Lady, I think, is the best example because that is slow. You have to play it on 45
Right.
for it to be the speed to break to.
Actually, UFO ESG was played on 30. The people knew it because it was played on 33 so much. So it was the opposite. But yeah, same effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where people heard it at the opposite speed.
Mm-hmm.
You were at that ESG show, right? When they toured recently?
Yes.
Was it
That's
fucking
so sick.
awesome?
That was a lot of fun. I mean, they're getting up there in age, but I mean, the energy was there. Their music is really minimal anyway, so there's not really a lot to the stage show, but it's just super fun because you could tell they're having fun up there. This is like that show was actually their last show. The San Francisco show was supposedly their very last show, and they were like playing their hearts out. They were dancing. They looked like they were really having fun up there.
That's so sick.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed that show.
Still a very expensive album, by the way. The ESG
Oh my
album
god.
is
Yeah,
so
for
fucking
sure.
expensive.
I gave up on trying to find an OG. I just
we recently ran into an OG that was completely fucked for 250.
Yeah.
like a dishpan warp.
Yeah.
It was like water damaged. Like
it
it was
like ESG was dancing on it for the
Yeah.
entire tour.
Wait, Carl, didn't you find one in LA?
that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yikes.
it's
we
like
saw
I'm
it,
sure
we're like,
it's-
no way.
Yeah,
I'm
We're
sure it's
like,
playable, but it's like
Okay, I
it
remember
didn't
now.
look playable. It
I
sounded
remember
very
now.
noisy.
if you
I have
pick
a
it up,
homie.
it's-
I have a homie who's been a record dealer for over 20 years now, and he's had this OG Liquid album that I always had my eyes on, but it had like the craziest warp. It was scuffed up, and he was always trying to sell it to me. And he's just like, "Come on, man, are you sure you don't want it, man? I'll give it to you for like $50." I'm like, $50, dog? No, like, no.
$50 for a warped record is nuts.
Yeah. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, I probably should have took that.
yeah.
I could have unwarped it. It probably would have had some surface noise, but just to have an OG Liquid album, I would have been fine with it.
Well, you have definitely unlocked a story with that, buddy. And I see.
I was
Nick
gonna
already
say,
sweating over there.
you could just get a warped record and buy a vinyl flat and just, do it yourself.
This is
I'm saying.
Segway Kings. So,
Yeah.
But let me tell you, my friends,
Here it is. Here it is. It's just that easy. Here it is.
it is not as easy as it sounds.
Just
I've
so
had my-
bad. I
I've
love
had
how
my-
Colin is saying it, and Neek is
I've had my-
interrupting him.
Yeah, I've had this vinyl for like 2 years, and I finally almost burnt my house down.
Oh, trying
Let's
to
go,
unwarp it?
Neek.
So I could probably grab it right now, but I completely fucked up. So
Oh,
it
no.
comes with like it's an optional. You can get like a groovy pouch, as they call it, but it's just a heating bag. You put it in there with the record on between two plates. You want it to get to like 135 degrees
Right.
and then leave it for 2 hours.
It's like a medium rare
But
steak.
mine only gets up to 135 degrees without the thing in it.
Oh,
When
shit.
when you put it in there, it cools everything down and it only sits at like maybe 90, 95 degrees. It's not hot enough to do anything.
Right.
So another option is to use your actual oven.
Shit.
And, with a thermostat, a thermometer or whatever, all good.
Wait a minute. Do you have a laser thermometer though?
I don't have a laser, but I have like the cable with the prong. So like I just set it on top.
Oh, well, like the turkey.
Yeah.
So you put a hole
So I
in
have
it.
like a little alarm, like it gets to 135 degrees,
poke
it
it in.
goes off. I know. Boom.
All right, let's go.
So I'm leaving that John on, and I have to, it's like a long process. You got to leave it in there for like 2.5 hours.
Okay.
So I've set an alarm on my phone and on my microwave. Take a little nap. Alarm goes off. Time to turn the oven off. It's dark outside. I just walk to my oven. I turn it off. Lay it back down. Fire alarm is going off. Instead of turning my fucking oven off, I turned it to broil.
Oh,
There is a melting, molting vinyl record in my oven between two fucking iron plates.
Broiling.
I turn it off, I open my oven and just smoke. And like, this is how I die. This is how I die. I have to get oven mitts and pull it out, but I'm coughing, I'm choking. My house is lit. I'm opening every window while fucking dying. It clears up in like 20 minutes, but for a second, I thought that was it for me.
Dude, what?
No flames? No flames. Just a lot of smoke.
Nick would have died by vinyl.
I mean,
Could
that
you
would be
imagine
the way to
vinyl
go out, I
smoke?
guess.
Yeah, like,
Jesus,
he
right?
fucking-
Like I wouldn't be surprised.
He tried to flatten a $5 record.
Like, what happened to Nick, man? How did it happen?
Whose record was it?
It was yours. It was your record. I flattened mine just fine.
No problem.
I had spent 3 weeks trying to flatten this record, and I was like, it's getting there. Progress is coming, but it's just not. I used the oven on my record. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I got this
Hold up the
down.
record sleeve. Hold up the record sleeve. For anyone that wants to donate a copy of Ecstasy to me, I have an incredible album sleeve.
Yeah.
And,
An inner sleeve. Yeah, that. So I almost
record.
died trying to save that record. The vinyl flat is out of commission. That thing is completely melted shut.
Liability. It's a liability.
And honestly, I'm scared to use it anyways. I don't know. I was gonna get another one and just be like, all right, I know better. Like, no oven.
Well, the way I used to do it was leave it out in the sun for a little while, then take 2 pieces of glass that I used to have, like cut specifically for records, and then I would put it in between the 2 pieces of glass when it was a little warped, and then leave it there for a couple minutes, and then.
It never works for me. I used to do that, and I used to make it worse.
Oh, really?
So I don't know if just Las Vegas is just too hot, but
Yeah. You got that going for you.
Yeah.
It's like
There's that.
into the ground.
yeah, it just didn't work. Like everyone would be like, "Oh, you know the glass thing?" I was like,
Yeah.
I don't live out here. I live in hell." Like it
right,
just don't
right.
work.
Yeah. Your shit just turned into an oil spot, basically.
My shit's just like,
Yeah. I'm like, Nick, that's not my record. I know that's not my record. over
that's a
there."
bowl.
What is this? Round shadow.
Yeah, that shit don't.
God.
But yeah, last night was a scary.
That was last night?
That happened last night, fam.
Dog, I'm glad
I'm still
you're
like
here to tell the
emotionally
story.
coming down. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Does your house still smell like burnt vinyl?
No, I left the windows open all night
That's
and
crazy
had
that
every
it
fan
aired out
on
that
full
quick.
blast. I went to the gym and just like let the place air out.
Dude,
Your
let me tell.
neighbors, no
Let me
one said
tell.
anything.
Nobody said anything. I thought
What?
for sure my neighbor would come outside and be like, "What the fuck is happening?"
It's like
I mean-
Nick is cooking some fucked up shit, man. It's just-
Everybody else is cooking too. They're like, all right.
I guess Nick is
I
gonna
was
cook
coughing
too. It
bad. I was
doesn't
like
smell
getting
good, but he's
poisoned,
cooking.
dog. There's
You know, not to get dark, but and
Hey,
I'm glad
please.
you're here. I'm glad you're living to tell the story. But if there was any way for you to go,
that's
it would
the
be
way.
a vinyl related death, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
Nick was trying to unwarp.
I
a
want to
record.
either poison myself by vinyl smoke or I want this shelf to fall on me.
Not like Ninja Starred by vinyl.
If somebody, sure, yeah,
Okay.
that's
Hold
fine.
on.
Yeah.
If
I
that
want to be
shelf
in some sort
falls
of like
on
a
you-
DJ battle and they throw a record at me and it actually kills me.
Yes.
I don't know what record it is, but there's a picture disc that is a Ninja Star,
Yeah.
and
See?
I want that one to be fucking hurled at my throat.
Let's go.
Yo, getting decapitated by a record, gnarly.
Nuts.
that's
Final
like some
Destination.
Kill Bill
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. Oh my god.
Vinyl destination.
Vinyl.
Yes.
that's-
That's an easy one. I should have did that.
I
You guys
feel
want to
like-
play the game?
Yeah, let's.
Can
I feel
we?
like it's time to play the game. Yeah.
Damn, I was trying to find my Ninja Star shaped Serato records to show.
That's the one that I'm thinking of.
Ooh.
I was like,
Yeah.
there is a Ninja Star record out there. I was
Yeah,
like,
the Thud Rumble came out with a series of control records that are in the shape of Ninja Stars.
yeah, you can get fucking wrecked by those things.
You can, and that's
They're
why I never
sharp.
used it. Yeah.
Let's see. How much do you think those are going for right now on Discogs?
Of course, you got a Discogs it.
Yeah. I've never used them, so I'm sitting on gold if they're worth anything.
Yeah, here they are right here. Okay, let's see here. There's a couple different versions.
Okay, under or over 50, everyone.
Under.
I'm gonna take the under.
I'm going under.
Okay. You guys are in luck. $40.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
But
Well-
couple just sold for, or the most they've ever sold for is 80. So
Okay. Well,
yeah.
if I'm ever in a bind.
yeah, you got $40 on deck.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Pretty slick.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got that one and I got the other one too. There's two of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I got dubs of both of them because Kubert hooked it up when they came out.
Oh, no big deal.
Yeah.
Mr. Kubert, no big
Yeah.
deal. Cutso, you're no stranger to the show. You know what we do every week. We compare two artists head to head. We go through the top five. You pick a this or a that. We've consolidated the show to where it's only you picking between this or that now, so you don't have
Okay.
to listen to our opinions at all. We
But,
give
but
enough.
that's what I enjoyed was riffing.
Oh,
you guys
we'll
about.
chime in.
we could all we can get
We'll chime
into
in.
it.
I
This
like
week
the riffage.
is Neek's pick. Neek,
Okay.
what do you got for us?
Just so we can get into it right afterwards, I decided that we're gonna do 50 Cent and Ja.
Ooh,
Perfect.
let's go.
Perfect.
Let's
Easy.
go.
Easy.
Perfect.
Round one, we have In the Club versus Always on Time.
In the club.
Round
Still,
two, I go
What?
ahead.
Yeah, I mean that record still knocks. That's
Yeah.
the. I want to hear the birthday
It is
song.
the birthday song.
That's the birthday song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that. I mean, can I say this now or should I save it for the end?
Say it now.
I fucking hate Ja Rule.
Oh.
Oh.
So we know who's winning these rounds, but that's not to say that there aren't some bangers that I would choose over the others.
Have you
And that's why
always
we're
hated
here.
Ja Rule, like from the
I've-
beginning?
Always hated Ja Rule. I always thought he was a bargain bin version of DMX and a bargain bin version of Tupac.
I'm not against that. I do not hate that take.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just never. He was never my Steve.
When he
I-
came out on Jay-Z, Can I Get a?
Can I get
I
it?
was like, yo, this guy's going to be fucking huge. And I thought he was cooler at that time than what it kind of panned out to be. It
Yeah.
started off like super dope on Can I Get a? And it
Yeah,
was
can I
definitely
get it? And then
DMX,
holla to follow it.
super
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then-
those two
and then
songs I
his-
like, but I did feel those sentiments even as a kid. I was like,
Yeah, and then he had his
It's-
appearances in those DMX videos. And it was like, oh,
it's kind of just Tupac DMX.
Well, I'll tell you when I actually did like him was when he was part of a group called the Cash Money Clique,
Hmm.
and that was
That's-
like
mhm.
they were like Mike Geronimo affiliates.
Yeah.
That was like right before he came out on that
Yeah.
Jay-Z joint.
They were like Children of the Corn for
Oh,
like
yeah.
Maze and Cameron. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. So that was probably
Who
the
was
last time I
in-
liked Ja Rule.
What group was DMX, Jay-Z, and Ja Rule? What was that?
They were in a group together.
I don't know. They're in a group together. I don't think they're
Yeah.
in a group together.
Was it not? Am I wrong?
No.
Is it not? It was Jay-Z, DMX. Was it not Ja Rule?
You think about Rough Riders?
Are you thinking of what's it? Public
Enemy,
state
no,
property?
just
No, not State Property, not Rough Riders. They were a
DMX.
group that was supposed to put out an album. They didn't, but they have a song together for the State Property soundtrack, I think.
Oh, so you're talking like a super group sort of deal,
I'm talking. I'm sorry, you went out.
Like
Oh.
a super group?
like a super
Yeah, it was
group
like a
sort
super
of deal?
group, but they were supposed to be like a group. I don't know. It didn't
Interesting. Yeah,
happen, so I guess it doesn't matter. But
Yeah, never. Knew.
round two, Candy Shop versus Mesmerize.
Candy Shop. Candy Shop.
Yeah.
man.
Mesmerize is such a turd.
Yeah, dude.
But wasn't that the Grease video?
Yeah, it
Yes.
Well, and I will say that I did love seeing Ashanti in the Olivia Newton-John get up,
Oh, and the
Oh,
and
yeah.
the
which
the
was like
leather
the
suit.
yeah, it's like the only mark of merit about that whole entire
Right.
song was
Yeah.
seeing Ashanti dressed up as Olivia Newton-John.
course.
But yeah, we're
Or next.
Round 3.
That's
Shout
all I'm
out.
giving it.
PIMP versus Living It Up.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Tough.
Okay, so PIMP, of course, like no doubt. But I've always had a soft spot for Living It Up because I've always been such a Case fan.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
sample.
Random person to be a fan of, but I've always loved Case.
And the Stevie sample.
Yeah,
And the Stevie
yeah.
sample.
There's a CD sample, like
Yeah.
that shit not.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, you're right. This Case.
Am I
But-
not? Because Living for the City is not 4/4,
Wait a minute, huh?
and
Oh, okay, sorry.
this song "Living It Up" is like
Yeah,
talking about
it's
Do I
weird,
Do?
right?
it's a weird. Am I tripping or is it
you're
weird
not.
to mix?
But that's
You're not.
the sample's not Living for the City. It's Do I Do.
Yeah, it's
or do I
Do.
do? Sorry, not
Yeah,
not
yeah,
Living for the
yeah,
City.
yeah.
Do I
It
do?
No, it starts weird. It's not 4/4.
Right.
Like even in the verse, I'm like this. Where the one is, or the it's not right.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
yeah. That's one of
Yeah.
those things you just gotta like cut in and cut out.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
Wasn't
a
meant to be
weird,
mixed in.
weird place to sample that song. It's because
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
just do.
I'm like this
I
loop
do,
is fucked up,
Yeah.
but it has that big intro on the real one, like the.
Yeah, you
So
gotta
you
drop
can't
it
just drop
from
it.
the intro.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's one of those ones that like they put that big intro there for a reason.
They
True.
know DJs are gonna fuck that up.
I'm probably sure that's why
You
they made
DJs.
the intro.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no way they're gonna be throw this in on the like
Yeah.
You know what I mean? and about you know where Case sings the hook
Uh-huh.
is like a count off.
It is, yeah.
Right.
It's not on the
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
No, because Stevie
they
is
come
singing on the
in
one.
like on the
Right.
and one. Yeah,
Yeah. Do
Everyone's
I
a
do-
DJ
no, no,
until
no,
you
no,
can't
no,
play
no.
the horns in the
and then they end like into the verse.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Like that.
That always
kinda-
bothered me.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, Ja Rule's rapping over the riff.
Yeah, they're like, "Nyeh."
Yeah,
Who
You
did
can't
that?
just
Was
end
that
it 'cause you-
Irv?
especially you want to end
Yeah.
love
My
for you.
love, bro. I wasn't done yet.
And like he's still rapping. Now he starts rapping. Now you're cutting off Ja Rule's it's a mess.
Yeah. So PIMP
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
ease
with
of
the
use.
steel drums too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay, so another reason why I say PIMP is because I was walking around San Diego one time when the song came out, and there was a they used to sell like a steel drum CD at like what's that store where they sell all the massagers and stuff. Brookstone.
Stone. Yes.
Yeah, or like Sharper Image or something, right?
I was just gonna say Sharper Image, but Brookstone, yeah.
Yeah. So we were in San Diego, and there was a steel drummer playing live in the store. And he
Mhm.
was selling his steel drum CD, and
Sick.
my friend goes up to him and he's like, "Hey, play PIMP." And the guy was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, let me see their sticks. Let me see those sticks. And so the guy, he gave my friend the sticks, and he found the notes, and he started playing PIMP on the steel drum in the middle of a mall. It was great.
Here, let me show you. Let me
The
show you.
guy's like, can you show me
That's
that
so
again?
funny. He totally played that shit. He's like, let me figure this out.
Give me
real
the
quick."
sticks. Give me the stick. And the guy actually gave it to him. Like, who would do that?
Promoting his album. Here you go.
People are coming up. Yo, is this on the album too? I don't want it.
Yo,
Nah.
that is a man that has had enough with
Yeah.
this in store.
That's the
Yeah.
origin story
That's
of what's it, Bacau Rhythm and Steel Band.
Yeah. They started Bacau. Yeah.
Together they form Bacau. Sponsored by
Exactly.
Brookstone.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Mike for making that happen.
Brookstone Records.
Shout out.
Yeah, I love that defeat in that guy. That's just like, yeah, dude, I don't give a fuck. Here, take
Here.
these.
No, dude, I'm at Sharper Image. Just fucking play what you want.
I fucking hate this gig. Take it, man. Take it away.
I can't think of anything that's pretty cringe having to play steel drums inside just fucking Brookstone.
Well, it was funny because at first we went up to him, we're like, "Yo, play Under the Sea," haha, and then he was just like, "Fuck you."
Under
guys."
the sea.
Yeah.
And then my
That's a
friend was
man
like,
that's
"Nah,
gotten
play
that
PIMP."
request daily.
You guys are just having a good ass time with like a steel drum player making requests.
This guy hates his life. We're over here high as fuck, like making fun of him and shit.
Yeah, I play
Yo.
Under the Sea. Fuck these kids. Plays
Yeah,
it.
right? Yeah.
Keep
There's
playing
like
hot,
only
hot,
two
hot.
songs you can play.
You play.
Yo, play the Girls Gone Wild theme.
I'm trying to sell this fucking album. I'm playing the originals, man.
Yo, that was an era, 1 a.m. when you're asleep on the couch and that comes on with the
Those
steel drums, and you're just like,
Good God.
I completely forgot about that song until you brought it up just now. That is fucking hilarious.
You know what's funny? So technically, my face was on a Girls Gone Wild video because I had my I was sponsored by a skate company back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and they made a T-shirt with my face on it. And someone in the background was wearing that T-shirt while some girl was flashing.
oh,
that is fire.
Yes.
So you were on a video, or
I was on a Girls Gone Wild video.
That's
I wasn't
sick.
a girl going wild.
Were you on the trailer? Like, were you on the commercial?
No.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I was in one
I was
of
like,
the
we could find
actual
that.
videos. Yeah. I don't even remember.
We gotta
what
download a
volume
lot
it
of
was. There was
tapes
so
to
many
find
volumes.
There's
this.
a
Yeah.
lot of
I was gonna say,
those,
if you could
right?
find the volume, we could we'll find that clip.
There's a whole ass box set. If you find it, I will be a happy man.
I'll see. I bet there's a torrent out there. I'm sure I could find it.
Yo, download the whole.
We're just
the
gonna
whole
have to
anthology.
comb through lots of research.
Nick's like,
Yeah.
no, it's really no problem. I will look for it for you guys.
Babe, no, I swear this is for research.
It's for the show.
I can figure it out quite easily.
Yeah.
Give me the afternoon,
It's
please.
just gonna take a minute.
I just need 8 hours.
But yeah, no, real shit though. My face is on in one of those videos because someone's wearing a T-shirt with my face on it.
Nick is like, I actually found you in the first 5 minutes. But
You're like, that's so funny. I found you already. I was gonna say, I thought I saw you.
Yeah.
I've
Knowing
already
you-
seen it.
Knowing what volume it is, clean it up. Clean it up. It's you from episode 3, correct?
Volume 3,
21
About an
minutes,
hour in?
16 seconds. Yeah.
Miami.
Holy
The
shit,
San
dude, you're
Francisco
that guy.
episode. You're the guy in the shirts.
Been waiting to address this, so I watch these videos every day.
It's like my favorite thing.
Yeah. You're in the Santa Cruz episode.
Yeah.
I like the guy that blows it off though. That acts like he doesn't know what you're talking about. I was like, no, I don't think I've ever seen. What is it, girls?
Oh man,
Girls
what do you
Gone?
mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
What are they doing?
Little drums. What? Commercial, huh?
Round 4.
Round 4. All right.
Forgot we were playing a game. here.
Finally, some order in the court.
21 questions versus Wonderful.
21
oh
questions.
yeah.
Still a
Good
banger.
question. It is.
Just the way that shit drops in, like it takes a real good DJ to drop that in at the
Shout
right
out
count,
Spider
right?
Tech.
And yeah,
Spider
shout out to-
Tech.
Shout out to Spider Tech with the Al
Yes.
Green transition.
Yeah. The
But-
original to do it.
Yeah, but you know, like even
there's
just
been-
dropping the song on its own, like it takes a certain amount of skill
I said it.
Nick,
to
I said it.
stop
I said it.
stop one song and then start the next one.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a challenge. You got to know your counts, and I've done that.
You
so
have
much
to
in my
know your
career.
fucking counts.
Yeah,
Right.
like I've just done it so like as long as that song's been out, I've been dropping it in the same fashion. So I know
You
how
gotta
drop
be.
it.
You have to have that
Yeah.
internal metronome on lock,
straight up.
and
Yeah,
a lot of
but you-
people just don't have that.
And Nate Dogg on the hook. Come on, man! Like
It's a sick song.
so good.
Who was in the video? Megan Good?
Was I making good?
I
can't
think that was
remember.
Megan
It's
Good,
been
girl?
so long.
I think that was
So
Megan.
I don't want. I want to address this because I don't want to
Speaking of
leave that
Megan,
out.
Who? Megan Good and
No,
Jonathan
no, no,
Majors?
no. I'm talking about Spider
Talking
Tech.
about and
thing.
Jonathan Majors breaking up that fight with the high school girls? That shit was funny. Did you see that?
Nigga, no. I did not see that.
No. Are we still
Look
talking about
that
the
up.
video?
Look that
I was
up.
talking. I gotta watch it now. I was talking about the Spider Tech transition. I don't want to like rehash anything,
Yeah,
but everybody is claiming this transition now.
No, I
Spider
know.
Tech was the first person I saw it, but everybody says Zach did it beforehand.
You know,
talk about
everyone's
it.
gonna say
I wanna
they're
hear
the
the
first one to
history.
do it, but the first person I saw do it was Spider Tech.
The first person I saw do it was Spider Tech.
Yeah. So as far as I know, he's the
Everybody's
first one to do
saying
it.
that Zach used to do it before him, and they said somebody else did it before him.
I want to see
Look,
Tech do it.
Even if Tech was the first person to do it, no, like playing the original into the sample isn't reinventing the wheel here.
Nah,
He's just-
that's,
no.
that's
he
kind
just-
of an obvious one.
But he did it the freshest. Like he did that one the freshest. And so when the kid bit him,
And
pretty
and
soon
where,
afterwards.
and where Tech did it at too.
mhm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I think
R&B
all
and
that
Rib
shit
has become
matters.
one of those because
It
of
is.
that moment, that's the party where you pull out your illest transitions
Yep.
because of what Spider Tech did.
Yes.
Right.
Spider Tech set the precedent for Ribs being like
Sure.
you got to pull out at least one or two ill transitions
Yes.
on some R&B shit.
Yes.
And so that one being the one that blew up and went viral, for a kid to bite it and then that to go viral is like,
Yeah. Who knows who bit who? But first
oh,
person
that's
I saw-
really what I'm getting at is like, who knows who bit who, but I know that kid bit Tech.
Yeah.
I want
sure.
to.
Sure.
I don't know if Tech bit anyone else because it's like, again, samples playing playing the song. That's not. He did it in an ill way. He tone played it, made it work, and then got it. But that kid for sure bit him.
Time and place too.
Could you do that transition if you got on the mic and shouted out the originator after?
That's wild.
I don't know, dude. 'cause
If he had
who the
done
fuck
it
is gonna know what the
after-
fuck you're talking about? Like,
Right.
ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding. Yo, shout out to Spider Tech.
No, in the caption.
Yeah.
Do it in the caption.
If you're gonna post
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Posting
You
it, doing
post
it in
it,
the
yeah.
caption.
If you're gonna do it
Yeah.
in the club, fine. I play Spider Tech transitions. I have like two or three
I play
transitions that I play
transition.
out.
I
So
play
it
So-
gets a
transition.
pass if you put it in the caption, though.
I would.
I don't think you should
love
post it.
caption,
Right.
but even if
I don't think
if
you
I
should post
posted
it.
Right.
If he
Give
went
me that.
viral doing that transition and then you do it in the club and it gets love and you happen to record it, I don't think you should even post that because that's not you.
Nah.
But even if somebody posted it of me, I'm
If somebody posted of me, I'd repost it and be like,
out and out tech.
shout out to
Yeah.
Spider Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
shout out to Spider
Yeah.
Tech.
Yeah.
See, that's
There's
how
been
I feel.
so many times where I have to shout out other DJs because I'm playing their edit or their that's just the right
Right.
thing to do.
Yeah,
But a
that's a
transition
different
is
thing. That's
different.
a different case, though. because
That's
we
what I'm
make
saying. A
those for-
transition is
Yeah, we make edits for other DJs to play,
Right.
but when you do a transition, that's something that you're creating for your own set.
So should
Yeah.
we start calling transitions how we call like basketball moves, like the Sham God or the Euro step?
Oh, with the Spider Tech
yeah, yo,
Yeah.
low key.
for 30.
Low
with the
key,
Spider
there
Tech.
are some that are that big though.
Right.
Because
sure.
there's AM has some that are just went on forever and everybody did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I feel
Yeah.
about Peter Piper, though. I don't want to
Okay.
hear a Peter Piper routine because it's
Mhm.
already been done in my mind
Sure.
to the best, you know?
But
the-
it's also
the-
kind of fundamental for turntablists. Like
Yeah.
Right.
But,
Like,
but that's the
it's-
thing. It's like turntablism versus club application.
Yeah. Versus open
Yeah.
format.
Yeah, that's
You
a
want the
different thing,
club.
man.
No, there's no.
nobody wants to
one
hear it in the
dancing
club.
that wants to
But
hear
if you're a
Peter Piper.
turntablist, if you're a turntablist, like the Peter Piper routine is like
Is the crossover. So
That-
now
it's kind
Yeah.
of not. It's
Yeah.
like
the Peter
in
Piper.
breaking, it's like doing. It's like learning a hard move.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it's like learning an
Yeah.
air flare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a
It's like
hard
doing
move,
it-
and you're not biting it from anyone because it's just a hard move.
Fair.
Yeah.
Right. So now it's come to the point now where
But then Jeff does it and he makes it original. It's like, you know,
now
doing a
it's come to
double.
the point where it's in open format. It's like now we're doing the same moves that tech is doing.
Yeah.
So now let's just call it the tech.
That's the tech
Right. It's
transition.
It's like if someone did A-Track's Robot Rock, you'd be like, "Oh, I love when A-Track did it." But a lot
Sure.
of people in that crowd wouldn't know that.
Right. So
That's
now
an
you got to
A-Track.
call out the move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
yeah,
people
if
just
somebody
have-
posts it, you gotta call it. You gotta shout them out. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I say cut
Some
the
people just have
music
a
and,
yeah.
and introduce the history of it. Ladies and gentlemen,
While
a
we're
couple
rocking.
minutes here. Yeah.
Yeah. Before I drop this, I want to let y'all know the origin of what I just did right now. Right, so back in 2003,
Cutso sits in the middle of the stage,
CO2.
right there, crisscross applesauce. He's like, okay, so
yeah,
let me
dude,
tell
yeah,
you
right.
about this.
Grab the mic. Hey, listen, guys. So I want to go into why I did that in the first place.
I know you're all having a good time, but let's take a second to give appreciation to the founders of this.
This is edutainment, y'all. No need to know. Know your DJ history.
Y'all need to know.
Started
Raise
with
your
a man
hand.
named Chris
Hey,
Wizard
hey,
Theodore.
Cutso looks at the promoter and he's like, yo, don't, this is not in my time, in my hour. So
Yeah,
don't even.
yeah, this is not part of my hour.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
off the
don't-
clock on this one.
I'm off the clock.
Yeah,
Show of hands here, everyone in the room, barbacks included here. Kind of raise your hand if you've heard this one. Who'd you hear it by?
Stop me if you heard this one.
Pass the mic to him.
No,
It's so
close.
funny because nobody gives nobody gives a shit unless pass the mic. Nobody gives a shit unless it's like unless you're a DJ. Like only DJs give a shit.
And you're
But
only doing it for your own coverage, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
so you don't get caught out there biting.
Yeah, exactly.
because that's for the culture. Like you can't be out here biting. But a lot of new because DJ's so easily accessible these days, a lot of people get into it and have no fucking like understanding of culture and biting and
that's
that
why
kind
we
of
need
shit.
to come out with these
And why
moves.
that's frowned upon. Where
Why
it's
we
like,
need to name these moves, Mira.
Right.
I know, but they won't even get to that far because they're not in the culture. Like they
But
won't even.
as soon as we start naming them, though, it's going to become normalized.
Well, I mean, people started naming him a biter, and he didn't care.
Oh shit! Cutso with the baboo. What the fuck is that? Like, what,
like they don't care.
what
They're
are you
just like,
saying?
Person's
quit
like, dude,
gatekeeping or whatever
Yeah,
these fucking
yeah.
shit say.
Touche.
person's in the crowd like, I worked 75 hours at Chipotle this weekend. I don't give a fuck who knows. Play the
I
fucking
don't give a
song,
fuck who
dude.
did this first. He
Yeah.
did it, so I did it too. Like
Yeah,
they don't.
yeah.
Right.
There's no.
Someone's just
There's,
like, shut up.
there's no honor anymore.
Get off the mic.
Anyway, shout out to Spider Tech. Seriously, one of my favorite DJs.
Yo, shout out to Spider Tech. Like first and foremost, shout out to Spider Tech.
Because
Yeah,
he really is one of my fucking favorite DJs.
Yeah.
One of my favorite
I don't
people.
even know how your mixer has recovered since he's been there, bro.
He comes to my house and does shit, and I get so mad because I'm like, I didn't even know it did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It starts doing hologram dances and stuff. It's like,
It's doing all kinds of shit I ain't never seen this motherfucker do. That's crazy. I'm just playing this song and that song. You're over here.
My mixer can toast bread? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah. I'd be mad as fuck. Shout out to Spider.
shout
Handing
out.
your shit back to you. Like, here you go, Bruce.
Come on, just
Take
fucking
it.
take it, dog.
Yeah.
Give me my Vestex back. I'm done.
You know what? Fuck Spider Tech. You know what?
Yeah, fuck Spider Tech.
Enough
There
of
it
him,
is.
man.
Sick of him.
That's actually
Oh,
biting.
God.
That's biting a diss. So you should call out the first person to diss.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, shout out to Travis.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in New York.
Yeah.
One of the best disses ever.
Yeah, right.
God.
All right.
Round 6, round
Round
7, 8,
5.
9, 10. What do we?
Many Men versus Put It On Me.
Oh,
Yo, that's so funny. Many Men Put It On Me.
pause.
Put it on Many Men.
Hey, yo.
Clean it up,
Yo.
me. Clean it up.
Clean it up. Sorry.
Many men put
Where would
it
I be
on
without many
there.
men?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess it depends on the context, right? So in the club,
Ooh.
I'm playing Put It On Me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But if I feel like throwing a chair, I'm putting on Many Men.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it depends on the day, depends on the context, depends on the gig, depends on the application. But for the sake of this round, I'm gonna go with Many Men.
Hey.
Because again, fuck Ja Rule.
Feel that.
Fair.
And shout out for the remix though. The
Ja Rule won. I
with,
mean,
Pop Smoke.
50 Cent won that one.
Oh, he did.
Pop Smoke
He
remake.
I didn't hear that one. Okay,
I haven't either.
I gotta visit that one.
Yeah, man, visit that one.
A 50
Because Pop
cent
Smoke and
steamroll.
50 are very complimentary with their
Yeah, I do like Pop Smoke because he reminds me of like that early 2000s like melodic
yeah.
rap. So
Mhm.
I think
Rest in
we
peace,
can
Pop
do.
Smoke.
I think we can do 10 rounds of the lightning round, and Cutso's heard most of these questions, but we have a lot
True.
of new questions since you've been on. I would say it's been, I don't know, it's been at least over a year since you joined
2
us.
years.
Probably
It's been
2
2
years.
years.
2
yeah.
years.
it was
holy
definitely
shit.
it was during the pandemic.
Damn, it
Oh
was.
shit!
It was.
Okay.
Yeah, because I haven't talked to anybody about Dino Nuggets since.
Mm.
Ladies and gentlemen, quick origin story on Dino Nuggets here. If everyone wants to turn the lights on in the club, please.
Yeah.
What's your first encounter with Dino Nuggets? You.
You.
Honestly, it's probably around the time when the Dinosaurs TV show was out. I'm not even gonna lie.
Not the mama.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, man.
It's been a
TGIF, the original.
It's
Yeah,
been a
not the
minute.
mama. It's
Let's
been a
go
minute.
10 rounds. 10 rounds lightning round. It is a this or that. One artist stays, one artist goes, deleted out of existence forever. Starting with Cardi B or Doja Cat.
Delete Doja.
Okay. Casey.
I love Doja, but
oh, okay.
yeah, if I had to choose between the two,
Sure.
Yeah.
No wrong answers here.
Okay.
Casey and the Sunshine Band or Brothers Johnson.
delete Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Okay. Project Pat or Trick Daddy. Oh.
Fuck, man. Okay, well, delete Project Pat.
Woo.
I know,
Okay.
but Trick Daddy that's my fucking guy.
Okay. Fair.
Team Slip
Fair,
and Slide all day.
Fair. Gorillas or Blur.
Delete Gorillas,
Okay.
because without Blur we wouldn't have Gorillas.
True. Duck Sauce or Chromeo.
Delete Duck Sauce because Chromeo has staying power as far as music goes, but Duck Sauce, I play at least 3 Duck Sauce songs a set.
Hmm.
And shout out to 8 Track. But if we're talking listenability, I'm going to show my children Chromeo before I show them Duck Sauce.
Fair. Sean Paul or Beanie Man.
Ooh. Delete Sean Paul.
Okay. White Stripes or UGK.
Delete White Stripes.
Okay.
Unless we're talking about Meg, what's her name? Meg White's rack, then we'll
Should we keep
that.
those?
We can keep those. But yeah,
Neek?
UGK for life.
Nick?
I'll let that one go.
Okay.
No, I love White Stripes. I mean,
Yeah.
White Blood Cells is one of my favorite albums of all time.
For sure.
Distill is one of my favorite albums of all time. But UGK for life, man.
Hell
PMC.
yeah.
Rest in peace.
Just a piece.
Hypnotized Minds or Swisha House.
Damn. Well, Hypnotized Minds had more of an impact in my life than Swisha House, so I'm going with Swisha House.
Okay. And last but not least, Yeah Yeah Yeahs or No Doubt.
Delete No Doubt.
Ooh.
Delete
easy.
No Doubt.
Easy.
Upset alert.
Easy.
Yeah, that's the
Upset
first
alert.
one.
Remove
That's the
ya.
first one of that one we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just
Yeah.
because I fucking love Karen O so much.
Okay.
And I just watched this documentary on Showtime called Meet Me in the Bathroom. You guys should watch that shit.
Mm.
So good.
I haven't
Mhm.
watched
So
it
good.
yet.
I know
Mhm.
Colin's watched it at least
Yeah.
5 times.
Mhm. I've seen it.
I know Colin masturbates to it like every night.
Season
But-
2, episode 3, right there.
No, but Karen O is just
Fire.
she's-
Yeah.
I worship Karen O. So
Yeah.
1,000,000%. And I want to double down on what you said. If you haven't read the book is a perfect companion piece to the documentary. So I would highly suggest anyone watching this, listening to this, do both. Read the book, because there's a lot of stories in there that aren't going to be mentioned in the documentary.
see, okay,
Especially, James Murphy, DFA, LCE sound system.
yeah.
Chapters and chapters of DFA that aren't in the movie.
I feel like I could have gotten more DFA in that doc.
Absolutely. That's
Because I mean they were a huge part of that scene. They were a huge part of that
Mhm.
whole era.
yeah, 1,000,000%. It's a
yeah,
messy
man.
history too. That DFA,
It really is, and
yeah.
I'm also it's there's a lot more that could have been mentioned, but I mean just that documentary. I've already watched it like 5 times.
Yeah. It's
So good.
Shout out to the Rapture too. Rapture.
Shout
got
out to
some
the
mention
Rapture
there.
for sure. Yeah.
20th anniversary of Echoes. 20-year anniversary just dropped yesterday.
Killing is still one of my favorite tracks of all time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We're all getting old. When I saw this,
We're all hipsters,
already,
bro.
I was like, fuck, yeah.
Show of hands, how many people DJ'd at Metro Park growing up?
Oh my God, no! I wish, but I spent a lot of money in there.
I spent a lot of time in that spot, man. Fuck that spot.
I was housing Metro Park throughout the U.S. They would fly me out to different locations.
Shout out
because
to my
I-
homegirl Jasmine, who used to work there and get me the employee discount.
Shout out to
Get me
all
all
the
my
girls.
Stussy needs
Shout out to all the girls that used to work at Metro Park.
in general.
Actually,
Yeah.
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 Damn.
Shout out.
Well, you know, we didn't jump into it right after the matchup, but we do need to talk about this aspect of DJ Twitter. It's got Twitter ablaze. It's got X ablaze this week.
Hey, yeah, catch me up.
Somebody said Indie Club doesn't need to be played ever again. That no women want to hear Indie Club.
They're saying that even when it came out, women did not like In the Club.
It's mostly
That
women
was the
that
original
ask for that song.
It's all women that asked
Right.
for that song. There's
That was
no
the original
man that asked for that song.
That was the original tweet, was that In the Club was the original Scare the Hose music or something like that.
Yeah.
And even when it came out, nobody was really tripping on it, like especially women. Like it was only dudes.
So they clickbaiting.
Nah,
It seems like.
Well,
nah.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
wanna
like
shout
every
her-
person. I feel like every person that's ever asked me to play that song was a woman.
It's a female.
I agree with you. The birthday song.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this person, I don't want to shout them out too much, but from what I could tell, they don't come from a major city.
Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe, and they're also not old enough to have been in the club when In the Club came out.
I see what you
They
did
were,
there.
they were
To
not
have
in
an
the
I see what you did
club.
there. I see what you
Bars.
did there.
You had to
Right.
have been in the club.
Yeah, I was in chess club. I was in middle school when that song
Oh,
came
that's
out.
right. That's right.
I was
Yeah.
in the BK Club, the Burger King Club.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
definitely.
I was in the BK Kids Club.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
One thing I also do know is that it was also females back in the day that was going crazy over it because of 50 Cent and him doing sit-ups upside down in the video.
He
So,
was a
Shirtless?
heartthrob, dude.
yeah.
He was a
He
heartthrob.
So-
wasn't doing it for the dudes. We'll say
No,
that.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Oh, at that time, the dudes wanted to hear Tupac
Mm.
in the West Coast, like in the Bay Area.
Hmm?
Like the way people are requesting Bad Bunny now is how people would request Tupac back in the day.
Mhm.
And funny story about that.
Crazy.
Little side note: one person, there was one night where I just fucking had it, wasn't having it. Right, some dude just got on my case. He's like, "Yo, you need to play some Tupac." I didn't like the way he stepped to me with that. Right, he's like, "You need to play some Tupac." I was like, "I don't need to do shit, homie." It's like, "No, you need to play some Tupac, but." So I kill the music. I kill the music. I get on the mic and I'm like, "Yo, this goes out to my dog right there in the jersey. He wants some Tupac," and everyone starts cheering. Like, "Yeah, this one's for you, dog." And I throw on "Brenda's Got a Baby,"
Yes.
yeah.
and his face is like,
Yes.
"Nah, nah, dog, nah, don't put that on me. Don't put that on me." It's like, "Hey, you
Ooh.
asked for it, homie." And
Uh-huh.
everyone's just like, "Ah." My friends over
Damn.
here laughing, doubled over in laughter, and I'm fucking playing the first verse of "Brenda's Got a Baby."
That's amazing.
Damn.
Playing a
like
song
that.
talking about a prostitute getting killed.
Yep.
Because that's what you wanted to hear, right, homie?
You wanted to hear that, right? In the club?
Anyway, yeah. So,
I still love the Tupac request because I'll usually open my set, like my nights at my residency, either one way or the other. It's like slow jams and R&B, or I'm playing like really hardcore 90s gangster rap. Like
nice.
more than likely one or the other.
Yeah.
And there's certain songs that I just won't play just because it's like it's doing too much. And one of the security guards always is like, "Yo, fuck it, play some Tupac." He's like, "What did he gave me a specific song that he was like, hey, fuck it, dog, play play fucking it was like Hail Mary or something." I was like,
Oh, yeah,
bro, it's about
yeah.
to be spooky in here. You're
That's
tripping.
scare the hose. That's, scare the hose.
That's literally
Yeah.
scare the hose.
Yeah.
I ain't a
And
killer,
the
but
waitress
don't
was
push
next to me, and she's like, "It's about to be haunted as fuck in here. Don't play that shit."
I'm sensing a very creepy vibe in here.
She's like, I don't like that song. She's like,
I
"It's
don't like where this
spooky."
night is going right now.
Yeah, she's like, "It's too early for that."
Actually, I feel you on that though. Like opening up with a certain type of song to like sort of like dictate your own mood for the night.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
The other night, I just for my own sanity, I started my bar gig with La Flor La Flash Koshka by Helter Skelter, OGC, because it's like one of my favorite songs ever. You'll never hear it in a club, and I was like, this one's for me, and the rest of the night's for y'all. So I played some fucking boot camp click, and I felt good the rest of the night
Oh, yeah.
because I got that
Hell
one.
yeah.
off.
Sometimes you just got to get off a song that you know you're not going to be able to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and the security guards, and maybe that one security guard that's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
like,
Yo,
That
some
we're
bar
good.
nights
back
I'll-
is with the shits too.
yeah.
yeah." There's
some
always a
nights-
bar. Shout out to the bar backs. I played Lord Tariq and Peter Guns not too long ago.
Oh, Uptown Baby.
Yeah, and one of the barbacks was like, "Hey,
You
Nice.
become that
I played
guy
the-
forever until you're fired or leave that
Yeah.
residence.
like that's my guy now."
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I did the Steely into that, and he was like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I
guy's
was
in
sick.
the corner.
yeah." Everybody's looking at me like, "What the fuck is Neek doing up there?" He's like, somehow always sneaks in some yacht rock.
Barback's like, man, this guy's fucking spitting, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any night you could slip in at least one Steely Dan song into your set is a good night.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You do a dance hall set, and he's like, "Are you Caribbean?"
Nice.
Nah, man, I'm just a dork. Just a fucking dweeb. Nah.
That's the funniest shit, man. I played this song at Mayfair. It's an Italian song, and one of the servers comes up and he goes, "Are you from Italy? How do you know this song?"
No.
I was like, "Oh, I got it from my buddy MP, who we've had on show. Shout out to MP." And
Shout
he
out.
goes, "This is a very, very Italian song. Tough. Not a lot of people know this in the States." He goes, "Surely you're Italian." And I was like, "Oh, my
Yeah.
mom's Sicilian." And he goes, I knew.
Something was up.
I knew.
Yeah,
Have
tell
a
me
bottle of my
buddy, you're
olive oil. I squeezed this this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was
Bibbidi
gonna give me a
bobbidi
kiss.
boo.
Yeah. I thought he was going to give me a kiss on the
Gabagool.
lips. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, come here. Mwah.
No one knows it. No
Oh,
one knows
Lamanza.
this song. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, "How old are you? Where are you from? Where did you grow up? What's
Are
your
you a
social
made
security
man?"
number?" Yeah.
Colin's like, I think my mom's got some Italian. Oh, that must be it then.
What fucking family are you from? I don't know
When
why
you're-
it's starting. The
you're
questions
here-
are getting more aggressive.
When you're here, your family,
Tell me
right?
where the fuck you're from.
I was born with my hands in this position.
Yeah.
I was
Good
like, I'm
enough
gonna
for
be
me.
honest with you. I fucking love Olive Garden, my dude. All you can eat breadsticks and salad. Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey,
right
the
Who
now?
breadsticks.
doesn't?
Kicking
Show
down.
me someone who doesn't like Olive Garden. and I'll
Show
show
of
you someone
hands
I hate
here.
Olive
Who
Garden.
doesn't
I
like
actually-
Olive
I
Garden?
hate Olive Garden except for the breadsticks.
Yo.
You like the breadsticks though, right?
I like the breadsticks.
Of course.
Okay then. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yo.
you can't hate it all the way.
Okay, fair.
Wait. Cutso, you guys have Fazoli's out there?
I'm sorry.
You guys have Fazoli's? The
Fazoli's.
the drive-through Italian?
No. What?
Dog, how the fuck? Would
I
I
ain't
did
never
I
heard
talk
of
to you
that.
about
Drive-through
Fazoli's?
spaghetti
I ain't never
or
heard of
what?
that.
Dog,
That's-
that is
Fazoli's
so
a
crazy you brought that
big-
up. I just talked about Fazoli's like a week ago. Oh my god, that is crazy.
So
Shout
how
out
does-
to fucking Fazoli's, bro. Fazoli's was fast food Italian, dog. And you
How
could
does
get
this
a
work?
pizza. They had a salad bar. And you could get any pasta. And
Travis,
it was for,
there's
it was
one
a
next
very
to the Wilsonville Outlet Mall.
there's
And it's drive-
only
Really?
I think there's only
Yeah.
one. There's
Okay.
only the nearest one. I looked it up. I had to find the nearest one. I think it's in the like the Phoenix airport.
What?
Yeah, like
This whole
they
time I've
closed.
been walking into restaurants to get a cannoli,
You could have did it.
when I
in
could
the
have just
drive-thru,
drove
fam.
up and picked
Drive
one up.
right through. Here's
Shout
the
out to
thing-
Fazoli's.
Here's the
dog.
thing with
Damn.
Fazoli's. They will give you breadsticks until you can't walk anymore. They will
Nice.
keep handing them to you. Breadsticks.
Yeah, shove that in your gullet, huh?
You just gotta
take
do
it,
this.
Take it.
Put your hand up.
Open
You
wide.
put your hand
Put your
up
hand up, and they
your
fucking
table
throw it at you.
like Fogo de Chao. They come right to your table, and you can be like, "Yo, give me 10 of those motherfuckers," and they won't
Suck
argue
on that,
with you.
wise guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, they just fucking yeah.
Fazoli's is to Italian food what Taco Bell is to Mexican food.
Interesting.
It's
So
it's
Italians
100%.
hate it, basically.
I need to try this out. I never knew this.
Italians probably hate it, but we all love it.
Everyone
They all
loves
hate
but
it, but they see.
Italians.
You know, goddamn well they eat it the same way Mexicans eat Taco Bell.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not real Mexican food. I'll take.
Yeah.
let me get a no. Trav, you definitely need to check it out. Cutso, if there's one nearby, I assume it's probably like I don't even know. Probably
I
We
don't
don't
think
have
they
them.
have that many
We
Fazoli's.
don't have them in the Bay. Yeah.
there's no Fazoli's in the Bay.
Do they have them in Vegas or
They
anything like
used
that?
to. It's
Used to. Okay.
Is there? We have Schlotzky's out here, which blew my
yeah.
mind.
We don't
too.
have Fazoli's out here anymore.
Schlotzky's. Schlotzky's sounds like a fake restaurant in a movie.
Hey,
There's
we're going
in
to
California. There's only two. There's one
It's
in
like
Chino Hills and
Chotchkie's.
one in Norco.
Oh, Chino Hills. I have cousins in Chino Hills.
And Norco. Is Norco near you? Do you know where that is?
Norco? No.
I don't know where that is either.
No, sounds kind of mechy.
I'm getting directions right now. Don't worry.
I'm getting big fentanyl vibes.
It's down south. It's out in Corona, like Riverside. So nowhere near you.
That's close to Chino Hills.
Yeah.
A very quick
Yeah.
trek. A very
Hey,
Easy
speaking
7-hour
of Chino
drive.
Hills, how's Lonzo Ball doing?
Not great.
Never lost.
Not great.
Didn't he
Not
just come
doing
out with a
great.
new pair of shoes? I think I saw him on my feed recently, and he came out with a new pair of shoes.
Oh my
Might have.
God.
That's the reason he's out.
Yeah.
Those big
Real.
baller shoes are not coming
Big
back.
baller brand.
Big baller brand, never lost.
We need to talk about the Ice Spice Dunkin' Donuts collab.
Let's
That needs to be brought up here.
Corporate
I want to
food,
do
yes.
a little corporate food talk real quick.
Yeah.
We need to do a number crunch. Ice Spice Dunkin' collab.
It is the Ice Spice Munchkins drink from Dunkin'.
Now, have you guys tried this? Because I don't have it out here in Portland.
You guys don't have Dunkin' out there?
No,
Oh, that explains why you're so stoked on Dunkin' all the time.
very stoked on Dunkin'.
Yeah, I was wondering why you guys get so stoked on
Midwest thing.
Dunkin'.
Best
Midwest
hash
thing.
browns in the game.
Yeah,
I had no idea. I haven't had it because I'm not really stoked on Dunkin' like that.
that's fair. But
But
you're from
I-
Vegas.
I will try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've always had it out here.
So she has her own drink.
Here's
She has her
what's
own
in
drink.
it. A heated
I thought-
cup of ice, water filled to line 1 in the cup.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
No.
Oh, yeah, that
without
bullshit.
Twitter, I wouldn't know any of this. A large gets 8 pumps of liquid cane sugar.
Oh my God, 8 pumps.
Simple
Eight
syrup.
pumps.
So much.
I think a pump is half an ounce.
So
Either
4
half an ounce or a
ounces.
quarter of an ounce. It might be a quarter ounce. So that's, let's say 2 ounces of simple.
Cream. 4 pumps of coffee syrup in the large. Pumpkin munchkins. The large gets 4 pumpkin munchkins, and this is all
They're
going
the
in
holes,
a
right?
blender. This is all going in a blender.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the munchkins are the donut holes.
Yeah, the holes are going in a blender.
They blend donut holes into the drink.
Yeah,
That's disgusting.
yeah.
I mean, I'll try it, but gross.
I'm not a no.
Yeah, I mean-
after that we do a caramel drizzle. Inside the cup, you get 3 spins of the caramel drizzle, whipped cream, 3 swirls of whipped cream,
Mm-hmm.
and then caramel drizzle on top.
The whole
So
time,
2 layers of that.
this whole time, I'm imagining Colin making my drink, and it would really be the only way that I would drink this monstrosity.
We
Is
can
if Colin
arrange
made it
that.
for me.
There's so many layers.
Oh,
Oh
that
God, that looks
This is a
terrible.
visual
sounds like a
representation of
stomach ache.
Yeah, dude,
My
that sounds
stomach
like
my
hurts.
teeth hurt.
fatal
My teeth
diarrhea.
hurt. You know what's crazy is
liver
I'm looking at
hurts.
this. There's no actual coffee.
There's coffee syrup.
There's
That's
coffee
as close as I
syrup.
get.
No.
This is
No.
diabetes and diarrhea
Oh,
together.
that's
Yeah.
disgusting.
You're gonna shit your britches
We
and get
call
a
that
cavity.
we call that reabetes around here. that old reabetes.
Diarrhea beatus. This sounds like a ludicrous bar. Diarrhea beatus.
That girl gave me diarrhea beatus. Wow, my
or Doom.
beats.
I could picture Doom saying that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the E40 bar.
My spice drinks gave me diarrhea beatus.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All up in my stomach like a fetus.
It's
Yeah.
pretty
Like a
fucking-
fetus.
It's pretty gross. I don't know. I mean,
I'm
I
not
feel like-
I'm not gonna try
I'm not
that.
having
That's-
that.
I'm not in.
I'm not
I
having
thought
no.
this was something I was gonna try. I'm absolutely not
Mm-mm.
gonna try this. This is
Mm-mm.
Just give me my bacon, egg, and cheese and let me be on my way, please.
I can make cheese.
sir, would you like a 4 Munchkin donut hole drink on your way out?
Absolutely
Eat
not.
a coffee and 4 munchkins, please.
You keep your munchkins out of my hole.
Wait a minute, is that what Ice Spice's crew is called? The Munchkins?
yeah.
Really?
Is it really?
Like,
Yeah.
like that's what she calls her fans, right? Like Swifties.
Is that
Yeah.
why she's okay? That makes sense. Why they did the?
Did I see the
Is that
commercial?
what? Duncan has always called their donut holes?
No.
You put it up to
Munchkin.
the screen like that's.
Here, let's
Hey,
listen
we
in.
can't hear that shit. We can't hear it. You gotta tell us what's going on.
Anyways, Ben Affleck, Ice Spice.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah. He's like the Duncan guy now.
Ben
Well,
Affleck?
isn't he like a part? He's like,
Yeah.
I think he has
My
some sort of
fans and
ownership with them,
Munchkins. Yeah.
or he's either a part owner or just like a celebrity endorsed Duncan guy.
He's like standing outside of Dunkin' with a cigarette.
He's had
Pissed.
some free time.
Like
The
He's got some
Boston
free
thing.
time.
It's like what are the tri-state area is like a Duncan, or is that like a Boston specific thing? I think
Um,
they're
that's
I think
Tim
they're
Hortons.
based in Boston. No, Tim Hortons is Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tim
See,
Hortons Canadian.
I
I
stopped
thought
fucking
there
with
was like a
Dunkin'.
Tim Hortons in like Buffalo and shit.
Yeah, like
stopped-
the tri-state area. It's up there for sure. They have them, but it's based in Canada.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say Tim Hortons is a Canadian thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
Cutso,
Duncan might
Cutso,
be.
you don't fuck with Duncan?
So I stopped fucking with Dunkin' when I stopped funking with the Dunkin' when they stopped making the cinnamon coffee.
Ah,
But also
Okay.
around that time, I realized that real, actual, unflavored coffee is delicious,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah.
and it's
Once
also
you get
functional.
into
best.
actual coffee, you stop fucking with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
It's an
so when
adult
when they
milkshake.
started like they were hella late opening Dunkins over here in the Bay.
Ah,
Like we barely got them like 2 years ago, and
Oh,
so
dang.
when
You're so
when
lucky, bro.
I went to Dunkin' and I was like, cool, I'm gonna get this, because I was in Chicago when I first had it. It was great. Like the cinnamon coffee was delicious. They started selling it in the stores. You could buy like the ground beans. And then when they opened it up in the Bay, I was like, cool, I'm gonna get this cinnamon coffee and see if it was good as I remember. They didn't even fucking have it.
That's wild.
They had fucking blueberry coffee. That shit is gross. Like why?
That's disgusting.
Ugh.
They're based in Canton, Massachusetts. So yeah,
Okay,
that's
Uh,
why that makes
gotcha.
sense.
That's why. it's
Are
a
they
Boston
still the
thing.
number one coffee in the United States?
Have they
It's
ever
either
been?
them
No way.
or-
It has to be Starbucks.
I mean,
I don't
that's
know.
how they came up with America Runs on Duncan because they were
Yeah.
voted.
I know, but that
number
was like in the 80s.
We are
when they
long gone from
were-
the days when U-Ban was number one.
one.
Folgers.
It's got to be McDonald's. I bet
It's Starbucks.
Starbucks is number one.
Yeah, that's
What about
like
do the
Taster's
donut
Choice
holes
with
come with the meal?
crystals?
The drink, I mean?
They're blended inside.
Oh yeah.
It all
So
goes
weird.
in a blender.
I still don't.
disgusting.
Yeah. That's still that doesn't compute. I don't know. That's.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean, I've done some really wild stoner shit with food in my entire life, but
Yeah.
yeah, right?
I've never blended donut holes into a fucking coffee. And I don't know why that sounds so absurd, but
Ugh.
there's worse things. But whatever.
Here's your 2 pieces of French toast blended in the fucking coffee.
Shit.
Hey,
Ugh.
did you see Casey Affleck's Saturday Night Live Dunkin' commercial?
No, is it bad?
He did one like right after Ben did his with Ice Spice for Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
Damn.
Casey
Oh,
Affleck. Let's see
no.
what he's doing. Yeah. We need to talk about Cutso's trading post.
Okay.
There's a new project. There's a new
Yeah.
project out there. Tell us about what you got going on.
It's basically just a record swap and a vintage swap. Shout out to San Jose Foos.
out.
They're a social media platform out here in San Jose. And they big up a lot of like small businesses. They do a lot of community based stuff. And they recently started booking out of a club that I used to DJ at, and they gave me this opportunity to book the DJs for their vinyl night. And basically they were sending me the final flyers and they're like, hey, we have a wild idea, what if we tacked your name onto it? And I'm like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. If you're gonna do that though, like I want to be able to have a good degree of control, and they're like, yeah, absolutely, like that's the point. So San Jose is like really big on vintage culture, like vintage like gear and vintage, like people love buying records around here. There's no like vinyl DJ. There's a lot of vinyl DJs, but they're not like mixy mix DJs. They just selectors.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of people love doing vintage digging. So like like vintage clothing and thing. That's like a huge thing here in the Bay. And so putting those things together and making it an all ages event in a place that's usually 21 and over, it gives people more of a just it's a really cool place to hang out.
Yeah.
and it's something that I wish I had when I was underage.
Yeah.
So it's also still kind of weird seeing my friends bring their kids to this club that we all like,
Mhm.
DJ'd at and danced very lewdly at. But on Thursday nights it's a super nice, super chill vibe. Families are there. The college students are out. And vinyl culture is being appreciated. So like a lot of the DJs that I book are like great selectors and
Mhm.
very experienced in collecting and playing vinyl. So yeah, it's just good to know that these worlds can I hate to say it, but they can finally collide,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and just be appreciated. Like tonight, shout out to my boy Brian, who I don't know if you guys follow him on IG. He goes by Rap Zines, and he possesses one of the largest archive of rap magazines in the entire world.
Mm.
Sotheby's hit him up to sell a lot of magazines for Hip Hop 50 through him. And he has stacks in different museums throughout the country for Hip Hop
Shit.
50. But he'll be vending tonight. I got Shortcut coming in next week. I got Mark
Shout
Hype
out.
coming in the week after. Got some of my local homies coming here and playing records tonight. And yeah, it's been awesome, man. It's been fun.
That's
So
so dope.
rad.
Yeah.
Shouts out to you for making it all ages too, because we've talked
Yeah.
about it before, and that's what the disconnect really is that the younger crowd doesn't get hype on the same shit as we do because they can't get in,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I think this is why it's so awesome, is because they finally have a place to hang out and they can finally feel like they're part of the scene and they're part of the culture.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them, a lot of the people that are driving the vintage gear scene are underage.
Mm-hmm.
They're under 21, and that's like their bread and butter, and it's dope because it's also kind of sad because what they consider vintage is stuff that I still consider kind of
It's
current.
not that long ago.
Okay,
It
you're
wasn't
like
that long
wearing the
ago.
shirt. You
Yeah,
pull
like
it
oh
out,
my
and you're
god,
like,
that I have that exact same shirt and you're selling that shit for $500. Wow.
oh my
You know
god.
what I mean,
It
like,
is kind of wild to think because, like, I think obviously vintage is or old school is kind of like it's subjective to
Yeah.
how old you
Yeah.
are.
yeah,
OG.
So for us, we're like old school 90s.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And then
definitely
they're like,
subjective.
yeah, baby fat or FUBU, academics or whatever. And you're like,
Party.
hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let's everybody relax.
I saw a post somewhere that was talking about, like, I think it was Olivia Rodrigo wearing a Nirvana shirt, and the guy was like, to put into context, that's the equivalent of me wearing a Stanley Clark Trio shirt at that time. It would just be like,
I mean, yeah, no, he's not wrong, but yikes.
Damn.
No, I mean, look, dude, when we were Olivia Rodrigo's age, people were wearing Led Zeppelin shirts and
Yeah,
Jimi Hendrix
Zeppelins and
shirts.
Ramon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
Zeppelin.
Yeah, and Ramones, yeah, all that stuff.
Totally.
And so, like, Wu-Tang is the new Ramones.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
100% true.
Yeah.
Like, Nirvana is the new Led Zeppelin. Like, as far as
Yeah.
like
When you're in
lyrics
that age,
go.
like as far as years go.
Yeah, she
Years,
was
yeah,
like, she's like, I'm
exactly.
really listening to a lot of Rage Against the Machine right now. And I'm like, I love how that's gonna piss some people off. But
Yeah.
it's fucking awesome. Like
Uh-huh.
at the end of the day, like the culture needs to progress with our things becoming old. Like
Just don't
that's
think
just-
anybody was prepared for that. I don't think we were ever.
never.
And I mean, I guess that goes for everyone. I don't think anyone's ever prepared to get old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough
See,
pill
I-
to swallow for sure.
It is, and it isn't, because now the music that we hold so dearly is being appreciated by a new generation.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's all the stuff that we're into, at that time, and then 10 years after the fact, is still going to be in style because it all comes full
Yes.
circle, right?
Yeah.
So right now, all the kids are all about Nirvana and things like that. But then in a couple years, they're going to be into the Strokes,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
and then they're going to be into it just goes on, and like
Yeah.
this is all until they get to a point where they're listening to the shit that we kind of closed out.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I
kind of
stopped-
funny.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like I stopped listening to new music at this point in my life,
Yeah.
but to 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 know that you appreciated everything before that is something, and I in turn appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because listening to new music now is so like at least for me, I can speak. I could say it feels like I have to do it intentionally.
Yeah.
Whereas when I was younger, it just God knows how I was listening. It just happened. And I
Yes.
think the way music is consumed these days also is a reason, also speaks to why older music is more popular than say it was when we were younger. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
we had to seek it,
Mhm.
whereas them seeking it is just as easy as seeking new music with
Right.
smartphones and streaming platforms and things like that. Like it truly is easy. You have to seek new music.
Yeah.
Like got to get on Bandcamp to find these edits and things like that. Like you kind of got to dig to find cool shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like the old shit is just as easily accessible as the new shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then like for us DJs who are of a certain age level, um, listening to the new stuff, I'm not saying it's laborious, but like you said, like there's more of an intention there. Like we're researching what's hot versus we know what was hot back then because we were into it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know and now it's like the new stuff where we're having to go and research what's hot and what we can throw into the mix because you know one, it's not everywhere anymore. Like back then when we were growing up, MTV, radio, everything was throwing all this new music in your face.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now it's up to you to find what you want and call it up
Right.
and
It used
listen
to be
to it.
so easy to just turn on a show and see the top 10.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And now it's like, oh, what's hot now? We have to figure that out. So
Mhm.
I have to go look at these playlists. I have to go watch these viral videos. I have to, because it's, like we don't ingest it the same way people do. So,
Right.
like younger people do. So,
I think everyone's kind of on the same page though, the young and the old, as far as a lot of new music isn't hitting with them. Or it's a flash in the pan, Like people are from all ages, for the most part, going back and revisiting the throwbacks, like throwbacks are getting the biggest reception for the night. Throwbacks are the ones that have their own nights now,
yep.
like we're doing only R&B, all 90s R&B or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
those big moments like that, people can really see the time and the effort that was put into putting these songs out,
Right.
and a lot of money. There
Yeah.
was so much quality control as
Yeah.
compared to, okay, I'm independent now, I'm in my bedroom, I just made a song, here it is, and I got a new song for you tomorrow, see you later.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Also, what's popular now is trying to emulate what was popular then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
So when people hear the source, they're like, oh, this is way better than The Weeknd.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
Gary Newman track that Weeknd is
Right.
trying to sound like is way
Right.
better
Right.
than The
Yeah.
Weeknd. Like,
Right. Right.
so
It's
Or whatever version of that is with, I mean, a lot of new music, even like, I mean, they're dope as shit, but like New Jeans,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
very much a early to mid 2000s aesthetic and
very
sound.
derivative. Everything is very derivative of something.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I
And
love about it. I love it because you can throw that stuff into the fold with the new stuff.
yes,
Like
and that's
like
what I
everyone
really
wants to,
like about it.
yeah, like like everyone's trying to get that Jersey sound now. Everyone's trying to get that Baile sound now. But dude, we've been sitting on these old Baile and Jersey records for a decade now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can
So
bring
now
those
I can
back into
throw
the
Dance
fold.
My Pain Away.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have
Exactly.
a reason to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dance my pain away with fuck the pain away. No, I was kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it
If you could take
completely
them there.
works.
If you could take them there, yay. Yeah.
Like it's totally okay. And it's a weird time musically too, because you can be campy and it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
totally okay. I think and also just, us having years and skills under our belt, it kind of works in our favor when you see something like that, like a TikTok DJ does in like a really bad way. You can be like, oh, cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been mentioned, and I wanted to take your opinion on this, Cutso, that a lot of DJs now aren't wanting to go open format. A lot of younger DJs that they're kind of wanting to go specified like one avenue. I only play house, or I only play this, or I only play that. Are you noticing that out by you?
Not here because everybody in the Bay Area is they want to get in as much types of music as possible in the set.
Sure.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
So-
I could see how that ideal is popular in bigger cities, or just in general. Like, yeah, I'd rather be in the house lane, or I'd rather be. I mean, but we've always had that.
Sure.
The DJ scene has always had that. Like, I strictly play drum and bass.
For sure.
I strictly play trance. I
Yeah.
strictly play house, or like
Yeah.
a certain type of house.
Yeah.
It's always been that way, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's just a progression of what that was.
Yeah.
But here in the Bay, everybody just the music, the like the patrons like musical taste is so vast and diverse that all the DJs here just are they're open format till the death.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's great because like yeah, there's like, if you want to go hear nothing but house, there's certain places to go hear that.
For sure.
Right.
But if you want to hear open format, that's pretty much within the stone's throw away.
Right.
So
I talked to I was in Chicago over the weekend and talked to a couple talent buyers that were like, dude, we're kind of hard pressed to find open format DJs right now.
Where
And
were you? You said
in Chicago.
how?
interesting.
Well, young
Oh, okay.
No.
Sorry. Okay.
with a draw. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They obviously, what they're doing is they're going back and calling up guys in their 30s, or,
Right.
gals in their 30s, or whatever, but they're kind of running into these issues of, we can't find a younger set, even a collective of younger DJs that are interested in playing open format.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I
But that also makes sense to me. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Meek, but,
no, please go.
I feel like these days with DJing, people, especially the younger folks, not to shit on anybody who does this, but DJs, they're trying to sell an image before they sell anything else, right? Like, that's just where social media is now, right? Like, DJs, like, image is first, music is second, but what fits with the image I'm trying to sell? Oh, house. Okay, like, I'm gonna latch onto this genre because it goes well with my aesthetic.
I'm a
You
piano.
think a genre is hindsight, or they have their image first and then they try to find something
Mm.
Absolutely.
wild? Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
interesting. I can see that.
Yeah,
I
look
definitely
at
see
people's
that.
social media, man. Like,
Yeah.
look at all these guys. Like, you see a lot of DJs who you've seen a lot of DJs who are fucking mediocre,
Sure.
right? But their social media is popping. They got a
Mhm.
camera person following them.
Mhm.
They look
Right.
good. They look the part.
Yeah.
When you see them at first before you hear them play, you're like, oh, this guy must be big shit because he's got an entourage. He's wearing shades in the club. He's got these crazy pants on.
Yeah.
Wow, he
Which
must
is
know what
funny
he's
because I
doing.
want to add real quick that the money is not there. The money hasn't gotten magically better overnight.
Right.
So who is paying for
Yeah,
this?
Right.
so who's paying
And
for all that product clothes?
Why is your day job going towards the facade? Like,
Yeah,
just gonna
yeah.
put that.
That
out
is
there.
so
But
funny.
yeah,
Well,
go ahead, Cutso.
I mean, to answer that, I mean, kids are probably paying with Klarna. They're probably paying their photo person in installments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can you do that? How you do that?
I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
You could
Why
do
you set that
that.
up like that?
You can buy anything in installments these days, and that's the
Yeah.
beauty of where we're at now.
Yeah.
Because back then we had to save up every dime
Yeah.
to pay for a
100%, like all
or
that
something.
shit.
You know what I mean?
Or just eat the cost of the gig. Like,
Jeez.
Right.
I mean, I still do that. Like, that's just
Yeah.
depending on the gig. You
I
just
mean,
you eat the rate because you gotta pay for the photography or the
Big
videographer.
picture. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. If it means that much to you, but
Mhm.
yeah, that's where we're at, and that's where I see it. And yeah, I could see why there's a shortage of open format because I think everyone is really interested in, like, they go to a festival and they're like, I want to do that.
Mhm.
That's what I was getting. That's
is
what
a
I was
great
gonna get
point.
at. I think the priority and what inspires people to DJ these days isn't the same as when we were younger. You know,
No.
when I wanted to be a DJ, there was a, my image, like at first, the very first one was watching hip hop music videos or watching live performances on, like these music shows, and you see the DJ behind them, or like you see club scenes and movies and there's a DJ in the club, or listening to the radio on Fridays and listening to War and Peace at Rum Jungle, and I'm like, oh, that's sick, I want to do that shit. So you want to be a club DJ.
Yeah.
But we didn't have, like, my perception of like dance music DJing and DJing as we know it now didn't happen to like late into high school, like blog era.
Yeah.
Watching Justice tear apart these big stages, or watching Daft Punk during the Alive tour and all that stuff.
Best concert I've ever been to, by the way.
Same. Shout out to the alumni. That's us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that's when I started seeing DJ in a different way, where I was like, oh, I want to DJ like that. So I can see why kids see like, EDC performances, boiler room performances, these specialized sets, and think that's how I want to DJ. And
yeah,
they don't even realize that like club. And then you see that, and then you go to a club and you hear what we're playing, and you're like, yeah, that's not even.
Yeah.
This is regular ass music. Why aren't they playing an eclectic or like a new set, and not even realizing that, like, not to shit on anybody, but you guys have seen boiler room sets. Like, not everybody's like the dopest DJ. It's usually people with like
And
a very
it's not
specific
real
lane.
life. Boiler room's not real life either.
It's not real life. It's kind of just like a curated thing.
It's an event.
Yeah.
It's an event with curated DJs that do specific things.
And people need to realize
the skill set is broad. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and people need to realize too that these events happen often. Right?
These aren't nightclubs.
These are events.
Yeah.
So it's not a weekly thing that you gonna go out to.
So the perception is different, and I think a lot of younger people assume that that's what nightclub culture is.
Exactly. And
so they start DJing like that, and then expecting it to work in a club. So now they're just like, well, I'm a tropical house, or I'm a piano DJ. I'm a fucking.
How come no one's standing behind me DJ while I'm DJing?
Right.
Like.
Right.
Well, I mean, even if you go to the club and like, I'll have the young homies come see me DJ, and they like just stand around the booth and boiler room it out, and I'm like, if y'all don't go dance, like
First
the
of all,
perception is different.
Space.
Yeah, y'all got to get the fuck up out of here.
This is my space. But no, to your point, we came up, and I'm speaking to everyone here in this chat. We came up in DJing at a time when it was about the art. We learned, we wanted to learn the art of DJing. We wanted to learn the art of digging for music. We wanted to learn the art of production. But somewhere between then and now, art became secondary to the spectacle of it because of things like EDC. And I'll even trace it back to Daft Punk. Yeah, Twitch, even like that. But like I'll trace it back to like Daft Punk Alive, right?
Yeah. Okay.
The spectacle.
Yeah.
It was like that was spectacle before anything else.
Yeah.
And that became sort of like the template for what a DJ stage show is supposed to look like, right? Everything was that big and that bold from that point on. And I'm not blaming Daft Punk for it.
No, it just
I'm pinpointing it to them. Like that's where I started seeing the spectacle of it, and to see where it's progressed from then. That we got EDC, we got all these festivals that where the DJ is the rock star, the focal point, the lights are syncing up with what they're doing. Like that happened, like somewhere after us, wanting to learn the art of DJing. That's why, and that brings us back to what I was speaking about earlier with selling an image, and selling everything else before you sell the music itself and the genre. You're selling a package, you're selling an image, you're selling a spectacle.
I think that combined with how easily accessible DJing is now.
Right.
Yes. Beforehand, like if we wanted to DJ, there was no like spend $100 on a shitty little controller and try it out.
Or
it was
you had
find a homie that DJs and buy some of your own records, or hopefully they'll let you touch theirs.
Or find a venue that already had equipment.
If they'll even let you, like, because you don't know how to DJ, like you had to really be resourceful, or you had to fucking show the bread and just buy gear.
Right.
And just like, and that shit ain't cheap. Even the cheap version wasn't cheap. My very first setup was a DJ in a box, and that shit was like $600.
Yeah, that was a
For
lot of
two
money.
belt drive turntables and a shit mixer.
That was a lot of money for a 7th grader.
And it didn't, and you didn't have needles, so then you had to spend $100 on needles. Like, so now I'm $700. That's a lot of money for a 7th or 8th grader. Yeah,
there was no way my parents were gonna.
Your mom's not just gonna cough up $600, $700 for you, and then you have to buy. And then you got to beg her for fucking records.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that to get into DJing was expensive.
Yeah.
Or if you even knew a friend that DJ'd, like that's crazy. Like I didn't know anybody that DJ'd when I wanted to DJ.
Right.
I think this all plays into something big picture though as well though, is that if we only could do one lane, we wouldn't do it.
Ugh. I've wanted to, for sure. I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely been like, oh, I'd love to zero in on this, but it just never works out that way.
I never wanted to do that.
There's too much good shit out there.
At one point, I would love to have done that because I was like, well, these are what the huge megastar DJs, not the fucking working guys, like the 5 days a week guys, but the guys who play 4 times a year and make fucking 8 times as much as the guys who play 5 nights a week. Those guys are playing one genre, so I want to do that.
What does that look like, though? That looks like back to a day job and then picking up selective gigs here and there.
I mean, of course, but you'd have to be, unless you're a fucking megastar, unless you somehow become Melee or fucking, you know what I mean, or whoever.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's honestly, that
grind for sure.
That's more truthfully producing than DJing.
Yeah.
Right.
You're making money on records than on actual music than you are gigs.
But I think that would be a form of starting over.
100%. That's a different craft.
Yeah.
So I think, but again, that goes into watching these kids seeing that and thinking that's what DJing is. So when they ask you, what kind of music do you play? They assume you're fucking producing music, putting that music out, and then playing it live in front of people.
Right.
And the entry point is so low. You can spend $100, build this whole aesthetic. I'm a DJ now. And you don't even have to be good. I play house music. I play all the same songs that my favorite DJ plays. I'm an 18-year-old kid, and when I turn 21, I'm going to be in the clubs.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to college, join a fraternity, and that might actually happen because you got 50 people that come out to see you, suck.
Right.
Because you've only been DJing for 4 years or whatever, you know?
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
There's a different era.
A lot of gig swapping too to climb the ladder.
Which I think that's tale as old as time. I think that's just good networking.
Absolutely.
But out of these people, at least in Vegas, I've noticed, not to make this like so self-centered, but I've noticed like you'll see a big group of these kids. It happens every year. Like college kids come in, they bring their crew, they start these parties, but there's always a couple in the crew that end up becoming professionals.
Right. Yeah.
So everybody starts somewhere. I just think the ball gets rolling a little bit early these days because the point of entry is so cheap. Right. It's so easy to do.
It's easy to get into.
So that's not the point I'm making. I'm not trying to shit on people when I say you get in and you suck. And the difference is we sucked in our bedrooms, and they're learning live in front of people.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But
they're
they
practicing
don't want to be in
the
the
crowds.
They have no interest into it because they want to be on EDC.
It's an entitlement. Yeah.
Well, it's I wouldn't even say it's partially entitlement, but I think it's like availability. Like the option's there. You can get, if you can pull 50 people, there's a room for you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Whether you're good or not.
Sure.
Then you don't care if you're good. You brought 50 people.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Booker I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if the music sucks. If they're all buying drinks, I'm in.
Right.
Yeah. So for all the young DJs out there who are listening, have a big entourage so you can outnumber the people who think you suck.
Bring your homies. Bring your homies out. Well, because you're gonna get older and they're not gonna want to come out anymore.
It's not gonna matter. Just roll deep.
While you're young and you got homies that want to come out, that's how you book. That's how you book a gig. People coming out for you. Yeah, I got like 30 to 40 homies that are coming for sure.
Yeah. And if you're not jumping along with them, you're the one that looks like the asshole.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, don't let guys like us shit on you because that's the real deal.
Yeah,
It does slow down, that's for sure. After
I mean-
25, your crowd is a fourth of what they were, maybe an
Straight up.
eighth.
You just got to hold the crowd that's there once you get older, and that's when you
Yeah.
got to be good.
Yeah. That's when you realize just how good or how bad you are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where folks like us excel.
Right.
Does that sound pessimistic? Does that sound like
It
Not
just
at
sounds like
all.
Neek.
does that sound like some hater shit? Like I don't mean to
No.
sound like a hater, but I'm trying
No,
to
it
like
doesn't. It doesn't. That was pretty spot on, to be honest with you.
It doesn't because, dude, you said it, man. Like we're the cleanup. We're the cleanup crew.
yes.
Yeah.
Us working guys are the cleanup crew because we know how to hold a crowd.
Mhm.
We know how to read that room.
Mhm.
And once these one laners, deplete their whole entire playlist, it's like
Yeah.
shit. I don't know what to do from here. Let's bring in someone who does.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah.
usually us.
Mhm.
And then like once they get some years on them, they'll be that guy
Sure, maybe
If
not.
Maybe.
they stick with it.
if they stick with
it's a
it.
Yeah.
They stick with it.
Just as quick as the entry point is, it's a very quick revolving door now.
Mm.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
true.
Oh yeah,
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Way more than before because that investment isn't there. You didn't
Mhm.
put up that bread to get there.
Mhm.
Us, we're like, are you kidding me? Quit this shit. I've spent how much fucking money? Like,
yeah,
yeah,
and time, like no
I
way.
already
money and
missed
time,
my
man.
opportunity to get
Yeah.
out. Like, you
Yeah.
know, like
There's no other option now.
Straight
I'm
up,
fucking
dude.
I haven't had a
needy,
job
man.
in a decade or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I can't be a doctor like I should have.
Yeah.
My
I have to
resume
keep this shit
says
going, you know.
Lollapalooza and EDC. The fuck am I gonna do with that? Like, here it is, man. Like that.
Too
shit
late to go to
now,
the
though-
league.
Yeah,
That's all I
yeah.
got. Yeah.
That shit
straight
now
up.
though is like, all right, cool. What'd you pay for? All right, I bought a controller. I'm on Twitch.
I bought someone's
I-
hard drive.
Yeah, I did a couple sponsored posts.
Yeah.
I'm in for maybe 2 Gs. I'm
Mhm.
cool with leaving.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
That's nuts, bro. It's just a different world, and I don't want to sound like a hater when I'm like, damn, because don't get me wrong. When I started, I would love to have had those options,
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
but we didn't. And
Working at the record store, I see people sell their collections every fucking day because they thought they were going to get into vinyl, but they didn't.
Mm.
So that's even on a much
like
bigger scale.
new people?
Bingo.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can
let
see
me,
that.
Let me sell these back for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
for
thought I was
me.
getting into it. I didn't have enough time.
I could see that. I could see people being like, "Oh, during the pandemic or something, you're getting this free money," and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy all these these new records,"
Yeah.
and then they're like, "I'm not in. Like, it's doing too much. I could just stream it."
And also, this is where Cutso's trading post excels because these people who are selling their records have a place to sell them now.
Hey.
That's how you do it.
That's how you
Like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
I love that. Before we write out one song that you want to add to the 5-on-5 podcast playlist, Cutso's pick.
Does it have to be 50 Cent versus Ja Rule?
No.
Could be anything.
No. It could literally be any song on the planet.
No,
at
but it
this
can
point.
be though.
It can be. Let's stick with the theme. I'm gonna put "Guns Come Out" by 50 Cent
Hell yeah.
because I just want to.
Yes.
I want to juggernaut through a fucking box truck when I hear that song.
It's a good one. 50 Cent was dope, bro. I hate the 50 Cent hate happening right now because 50 was fucking tight.
Wait a minute.
The Richard
there's
Trying
hate
had me in a
happening right now?
fucking chokehold
Yeah.
Hold up,
And here's
hold
the-
up.
and-
There's
yeah.
hate happening right now for 50?
because of the in the
Oh,
club
because
thing.
he threw
That's
he
In the
threw he
club.
threw a mic at somebody. a couple
Yeah.
weeks
Is that
ago.
why this
I did see
happened?
that. Okay. No, but wasn't that mic though? That mic wasn't working, so he just threw it back at his sound people, right?
No, he threw it at some audience
threw
member.
two
And she
mics.
got like
Okay.
he showed her. She
I
was,
didn't
like,
see
bleeding
that.
from the
I just
crowd.
thought they in the
okay,
club
I
shit
thought that he was
was-
throwing it back at his sound people and it bounced and it hit her on accident.
There was one toss where it was like a light, like get this mic out of here.
Yeah.
But then there was a more intentional, like
Okay, right.
There was 2 tosses?
Yeah.
it was a tomahawk
okay.
toss.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, unless he
I
was
got
wearing
you.
the same clothes.
And that's the one
same
that hit
clothes on
Shorty?
2 different places. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, I thought
And
I was referring to the in the club bullshit. That's crazy.
About the tweet.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
the
that's
X.
what it was. The tweet.
X.
No, we don't
Okay.
gotta.
Okay.
How do
Well,
you say it? The X?
yeah.
About the
Tweet.
X.
X. Yeah.
About the X.
Yeah.
Cutso,
Yeah, man.
any... Oh, go ahead.
No. I
Oh.
don't even remember what I was gonna
More
say.
50 Cent bullshit.
Any
Yeah.
projects you want to promote right now? Anything you want to promote? Shows, gigs, anything before we write it?
Yeah, man. Just if you're in the LA area, starting October 7th, I have a piece in the Grammy Museum for
Oh,
the hip hop
hey.
exhibit.
Hell yeah.
I produced a little short 3-minute film for the Grammy Museum and as part of their hip hop America exhibit.
Mm.
So starting October 7th, you'll be able to see that at the Grammy Museum in LA. If you're ever in San Jose on a Thursday night between now and the end of October, you can catch Cutso's Trading Post at Noit here in downtown San Jose.
You got to pull up.
Yeah,
I think we got to do a little field trip.
I would love that, man. If you guys do, like, let me know and I'll get y'all on, and it'll be fun.
Yeah. We'll
And then
coordinate
we'll
that
go,
for sure.
We'll go get some. We'll go find a drive-through Italian place or something.
That's what I'm talking about.
What do they call it? Fazoli's.
Fazoli's.
Yeah, Fazoli's.
Yeah.
Get some cannolis from Fazoli's. Forget about it,
Yes.
right?
Bars. Bars.
Yeah, and then that's pretty much it, man. Follow me on social media. I'm up to a lot of different shit at any given time, man. I have my hands in a lot of plates. And
Are you on Patreon?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. And I should be, but the thing about Patreon is when you join a Patreon, you have people paying monthly, you have this pressure of having to keep up with, uploading shit. And I've noticed that like a lot of, people who are on Patreon, they just started kind of like uploading, and I'm not saying anyone in particular, but just
in
people
general.
felt the need to like, keep up with their subscribers. So they had just started throwing up anything on the Patreon, like, just basic edits and like 8-bar intros,
Just regular 8-bar intros and stuff.
bullshit like that, like stuff that they shat out. And I was never one to shit out anything, right?
Yeah.
As far as like music goes, I've shit out other things, but as far as music goes, I always just create things when I feel like it's right and when I feel like something needs to be created.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes you'll hear like a month's worth of edits from me at any given time, then not hear from me for a year and a half.
Right.
Because the feeling hasn't hit me,
Right.
So
Right.
and that's where also making timeless shit comes in, and I like to think that I
100%.
make things on a more timeless level so that they have staying power.
I like that Patreon idea. You subscribe every month, and hey, we'll see you when I see you. Maybe
Yeah.
it'll be there this year. Maybe
Hey,
it
if you
won't.
fuck with me that hard, you'll have faith in me that I'll give you something that's worth the wait.
Yeah.
But I don't want to put that on anybody, so yeah, I don't have a Patreon.
One person's just sliding that $5 bill every month. Like, I think he's going to come back this month. I think this is the
I have a
month.
good
He's gonna do
feeling.
it. I can feel it.
Hey,
I
hey,
can
if
feel
you
it.
want to gamble on me, fucking great. I love you for that.
We'll drop the Cash App link in the comments. You can bless Cutso with a little sprinkle, and maybe you'll get an edit
Sprinkle
in
me,
the
man.
box. Who knows?
There you go.
8-bar intro of Many Men.
If you're
Yeah.
lucky.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for us this
Hey, real
week.
quick, can I give a few shout outs though to some loyal listeners?
Oh, yeah.
Please do.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit of family, Gwendolyn Jones, that's my mother. Chris Struckman, that's my brother. Hallie Jones, that's my sister. Brianna Jones, that's my sister. Brad Booker, that's my brother-in-law. Marcus Howard, that's my girlfriend's brother. Loyal listeners, so shout out to them.
Shout out to the Jones family and those closely affiliated.
Yeah, man, they've been tapping in and telling me that they've been listening to every episode. So yeah,
I love that so
Nice.
much. Your mom's been a listener to this show since like damn near day one.
yeah.
So shout out to your mom.
If anything fails, we will have those people as our listeners.
I love
Great.
that so
Shout
much.
out.
Great. And
That's all you need, really.
Yeah.
For real.
and That's all you need. The Jones girls. Jones girls.
Jones girls
Fam.
got our back.
Fam.
Jones fam got our back.
There you go.
Keep
All right. Well, yeah,
on.
that's going to do it for us this week. We'll be back next week with another guest. Make some noise for Cutso one more time.
Boom, boom,
Always a
boom.
pleasure to have you, sir. We got to do it again real soon. We're going to come out to you.
Man.
We're going to come.
Yeah,
see you.
Thanks
we
for
are.
having me. And please, let me know when you guys want to come to the Bay. We'll make something happen. There's a lot of things that we can do out here.
100%.
Definitely. I need to make some trips out there soon, actually. November, December. So I'll let you know.
Holler at a scholar.
We'll do.
All right. We
Thanks
out
for having me,
until
fellas.
next week.
Peace, Cody.
Peace.
Later, guys.